Honk.
That is what I'm talking about. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a Tuesday evening stream at 9:25 p.m. Eastern. It is, as per usual, our monthly Tuesday night stream of day 17. Well, we don't usually do day 17, but you know what I'm saying. Of the Arvocalists, the amazing Arvocalists with Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. We all agree. We've all been talking about this in the green room, and we all agree that what we need right now, what the world needs now, is a realistic take on the system of justice that we all want. And so what better way to do that than to focus on a place in which literally you can cross-examine a parrot? I think that, clearly we found ourselves in the right spot to understand how justice actually unfolds. It's good to see everybody. You folks heard this spiel earlier today, so I will only quickly say, if you haven't already done so, please follow the channel. Check out the YouTube with !ArvTube, Discord with !ArvCord, Twitter with !ArvTweets, website arvaneleron.com, financially, ! Oh, and also for the new folks, for the folks who may not know that I've done this, we've now added also a command for Blue Sky. So I now have a profile over there too. And if you happen to have an invite and if you're part of that social media site, you can check that out with !ArvSky. And again, website arvaneleron.com. Financially, !ArvShop is my merchandise area. !ArvTreon is the Patreon. Hey, Miranda, what's going on? The subbing to the channel is always appreciated. Please do that if you have not done so already. That really does help us out if you're able to do that and support the Patreon, like Triffity Mats just did. 40 months. I can't believe that. Wow. 3 years and 4 months of sub support. Thank you so much, Triffit. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. So just like that, you can also be a sub person and join us and be part of the sub community. So that is always appreciated. Also on the publishing side, !Icarus, my graphic novel from Athos Arts, Library, Tales and Tomes, The Forbidden Library, my 5e adventure and source book from Alligator Alley Entertainment, and Grayshade, my novel, dark fantasy novel, which won an award a month and a half ago for a book that came out last year. The sequel, Renegade, is due out in 2 weeks, is the official release date of Renegade, and then we will have a special in-person release event happening at Black Rock Books. That'll be Saturday, July 29th at 7 p.m. Eastern, and so very excited about that. That will also be live streamed. I know. I thought about it when I said it. I'm like, I don't mean sub like that sub. I mean, supremely awesome is what I meant to say. Grayshade. So you can pre-order Renegade, you can pre-order Heretic, you can buy Grayshade, the book, you can pre-order the tabletop role-playing game from Brandon O'Brien and Alligator Alley, and you can order the audiobook from Trend Sparks. You can do all those kinds of things. Ooh, that's a good one, Drew. I did not know that one. That's a good one. Please support all those things. And last but certainly not least, BLM, Black Lives Matter. Very important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And Ukraine, Ukraine, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage, and send the message that we will do this in future as well. Now, our vocalists coming now with Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Then we will be off Wednesday, Thursday. I'll be back Friday night with Speculate and Court of Blades Valorward, which is now a Rainbow Roll winner for Best Visuals. It is also a New Jersey WebFest early selection. And I should say that we're going to know on Wednesday, we're going to have the details about who is officially in the final selection group, like who are in the finalists for the New Jersey WebFest. That's happening tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. So hopefully as soon as we find out, we will be all over that, and Speculate will be posting that out, and that will be really great. If everything works out, we are excited for it. So cross your fingers for us, but we'll be able to see more on that. Hopefully we'll have more details about that tomorrow night. As I say, Friday, Valorward, Court of Blades, and then on Saturday, we will be back here, excuse me, with D&D with viewers as we wrap up Into the Unknown. Both of those will be done remotely. The first one actually will probably be Mike Underwood running production, so that'll be done with his sort of setup, and I'll just be joining by webcam. But then Saturday, I'll have my own remote setup available, and I will be streaming Into the Unknown with D&D with viewers, and that'll be happening Saturday while I am up at ReaderCon. And again, if you're in the Boston area, specifically the Quincy, Massachusetts area, please think about dropping by ReaderCon if you can, Friday and Saturday at the Quincy Marriott, because it looks to be a very good con. I'm very excited for it. Some good panels, and I'm excited to be going to that a little bit later on this week. But that said, the time has come now to talk about justice, and so I am unmuting myself and apologizing for anyone that I interrupted because I can't hear them. I can only say that justice will eventually be mine, and then I'm going to unmute them. And last but certainly not least, I'm going to head over to reveal the crew, which is that's right, because I have to wait. Don't do anything. Share. Hold on. Stay on target. And there we go. Now it all works. There it is. I knew it. I just had to share the screen. What's going on? It's good to see all of the amazing Arvocalists. You can see that we have a full crew tonight, plus a at least temporary guest star who is with us, and that is very exciting. So we are joined by the full contingent of Arvocalists. And as I was saying in the introduction, we have all agreed that this is the kind of justice we all seek. It's the justice that we get in this game. And so it's about that kind of justice that we're going to be doing this in this very serious and not at all, driven by anime memes game. Not in any way is that the case. But it is my great pleasure to welcome, first of all, now I want you all to know, chat, I have not cut off the top of Zach's hair. The reason that you can see this is because someone has replaced Zach with a close but not completely perfect copy of himself. So, Zach, my friend, it's good to see you. How are you now that you are half the person you used to be? No, just kidding. How are you? How's life in the universe with everything? It's good to see you. Something's different about you, though. I can't tell exactly what it is. How's life with you?
I expect no less of an introduction from my good friend, Greg. Yes, I am recently hairless, but in a stylish way.
Stylish.
Stylish. I suppose also this is the first time the internet is seeing it. I haven't done any of my own streams or anything too. So yeah, there you go, internet. But I've had short hair before. This is not the first time. It's my head gets so cold. It's so cold.
This is like, I have no idea who that is. Mrs. Dunsel's like, wow.
Yeah. I am felled by the smallest of stiff breezes.
Yep.
And I wear beanies now at night. It's kind of embarrassing, but I'm enjoying it. Otherwise, my skin is great. I've started a skincare routine as well. I got it's a glow up. We're calling it a glow up. So
I'm just gonna call you a multi-universal self. It's like
yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is an alternate Ace Attorney stream.
Right.
Yep.
This is a multiverse. That's true. Yeah, and in some universe, this is how Zach looks. Yeah, absolutely.
It's funny when my students, like my 10-year-old students out in San Francisco, when they saw me, they were like, "What did you do to your hair?" And I was like, "Nothing's different. What are you talking about?" And my friend was like, "So you're just gonna gaslight the kids into believing you didn't do anything to your hair?" And I'm like, "Exactly, yeah."
When did you start? When did you not believe adults anymore? Well, it all started when I was in D&D camp.
Yeah, exactly. So no. Anyway, that's that. I'm excited to be here. Excited to do some more Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. This is, again, for those that don't know, I think this is the last of this trilogy. This is our we're on the last stretch of this, so I'm excited to see how far we get.
This was fun.
Well, no, I don't think we're ending tonight, to be clear. But this case is the last case of the group. But I think we'll have a couple sessions, and we'll have to decide at that point. There are many others, and we'll have to see. Usually, it's either I really want to do it, or I want to take a 3-month break and do something else, and then come back to it. So we'll see how we feel. We shall see.
But yeah, that's me. Happy to be here. Happy
Always
to be at the top of the column. It was not a usual thing. I saw myself on the stream. I'm like, hey, yeah, look at me. I'm right under you. That's cool.
It's always a pleasure to have you at the top of the join as any member of the column. Good to see you, Zach. Thank you. Also a pleasure to have Rem Alternus back with us. Rem was not here last month with us, but is back now. And Rem, I hope everything is going okay in your world, and that how are you feeling about today, about this march into justice, and anything you want to highlight about things going on with you?
You know what? I am ready to inappropriately call out objection. I have trained long and hard, many, many hours watching the Amber Heard Johnny Depp case
Good
from
example.
a legal commentary person.
Yep.
So I have prepared and done my research, and I have been training a long time for this moment.
And I'm excited to see how our real world understanding of these things, comes to bear. Although we do have one person with some legal base, some legal knowledge here, and that of course is my daughter. No, I'm just kidding. But we'll come to that in a minute. But anything else you want to highlight, Rem, about stuff people should be on the lookout from you shortly, or in the next month-ish or so?
Yes. There is a very exciting announcement that we have not made yet. You know what? I will be making it on Gen Con TV this week, which
Okay.
is Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Gen Con TV. During my interview show, I will be bringing Jason Azevedo from Realmsmith on,
Nice.
and we're going to be chatting. And we have some pretty big news, so you should come check that out.
I
The
love
other thing is
Jason.
he's yeah, I'm just getting to know him, and I'm like, it's one of those things where I'm like, oh yes, we are talking business. We are talking business, and I am not fangirling inside at all. Um, and then gosh, let's see what else is happening. We just announced for the Catalyst side, Shadowrun Takedown is a new board game coming to Kickstarter. The pre-launch page is live on Kickstarter. We're
Good
very
stuff.
excited about that. That'll be launching at Gen Con. And we've got some other really cool projects. I'm for the Rem Alternus world, we are working on a Kickstarter for Kevin J. Anderson, which is a ton of fun. We've got another one that no, I'm not going to talk about that one yet.
You sure?
But we're working with Rollicrit, who does
Okay.
all the merch for Gen Con
Yep.
at the event. They're going to be launching a bag of holding on Kickstarter.
Okay.
That's a really cool satchel that's all high quality and neato. So yeah, we've
That'd be
got some
cool.
really cool clients we're working with, and it's exciting stuff.
Well, that's good stuff. Well, listen, if you want, among Rem's many talents, if you want Kickstarters to go well, the people to consult with or connect with in some level is Rem and her company. So you should check that out completely separate from everything else with Catalyst, etc. But
Yeah.
always a pleasure to have you with us, Rem.
One
And today you get to play a completely mature and not at all goofy assistant attorney. So that's good. Sorry, were you going to say something? Were you going to mention something else?
I needed to do my Trucy giggle. That was all.
Oh, okay. Good. That's going to be yes. I hope you're ready for that. No one is ever ready for Trucy in reality. Good to have Rem with us. Also good to have the person with actual legal background who has assured me in actual legal documents that have been signed that this is a legitimate representation of the legal system. And KP has done all of that. He will be posting later on Twitter his legal analysis in triplicate, both here, Blue Sky, and on Threads. But you won't be able to see them on Threads because you can't see things from people you're following. Hey-oh! Anyway, sorry, that was a inside social media
I feel
joke.
like you're missing, 3 or 4 more replicate social media platforms. You forgot
Also
a
on
few.
Hive, Post, Mastodon,
Thank you.
Tribal, and
I
Walla
think I'm
Walla,
also on
Washington.
Spill.
Will.
Spill is one.
KP, how you doing? How's life in the universe with you, sir? And what do you want to tell the people about how things are with you?
Well, Greg, as you can clearly see, I've gone ahead and gotten my second law degree.
Yep.
I have just passed my 4th bar.
Yep. Congratulations. Big moment.
Thank you. Thank you. And clearly I'm on the route to go and become a Chief Justice of the United States because it's that easy. It's clearly, from what I see, it doesn't take any effort and actual knowledge about the laws and the way things work in this country. So, I have pure precedence to do what I must do to be on that bench.
I'm glad to be a small part of your journey, sir, on your inevitable march.
And I owe my full knowledge and capability on how to be a legal entity in this country through my experience on Ace Attorney, and more specifically, my version of it through Arvocalists. And therefore, if anybody else would like to be a Chief Justice of this country, all you must do is do what we do on this channel. There you go. There you go.
It would be far, it'd be funny. It would be about just as legally unjustified, but far more entertaining. Like, it's not like it would be any less justified given some of the things we've seen recently.
Yeah.
Trent, thank you for the resub, by the way. Speaking of judges, the original judge back in the day. Good to see you, Trent. Anything else going on with you in life in the universe, KP, before I move on?
Man, I'm boring nowadays. The best I can be at this point is a would-be dad, and therefore make a bunch of dad jokes, which Rem loves. And so I will probably do my best today. Okay, please don't hurt me.
My mood started so strong, and it's just going to tank by the end of this.
But yeah, man, I as of right now, I'm just happy to be here and happy to just have fun and do this silly little game with you all. Yeah, I don't think I have anything immediately in the horizon. I think the only thing I can possibly currently think about is I'll be at, if anybody else is going to be part of this, I'll be at Big Bad Con again this year. That happens at the very end, the last weekend of September, going into October. For those of you who don't know, Big Bad Con is an amazing, fantastic board game / TTRPG convention that happens every year, but also all nerds, everything. But it's also amazing because they do a great job in trying to highlight the minority community and the underrepresented community, especially the BIPOC folks. They have an entire track dedicated to POC to help make sure that they can, get all of the resources that they need to have that leg up to push them up. And one of them is going to be me. I'm going to be offering my photography services like I did last year at a steep discount for all the people who are attending, especially for those who are going to be part of the POC track. But if anybody else is attending, it's still going to be at a very steep discount. So if you guys ever want a nice headshot for yourself, for your business, because I think everybody deserves a really nice headshot, and I think everybody's photogenic. So come say hi.
And as a San Francisco native, I will be there for the first time this year. So I will definitely get my headshots from you.
You should, yeah. And KP, of course, is super legit. It's funny. It struck me that I now have 3 absolute that I know of top tier photographers in Drew and in Prince Justin and in KP now that are associated with this channel. So I feel like, oh yeah, but I'm just talking about just photographers. But yeah,
you're collecting the whole team. Soon you will create an entire company.
That's the plan. Don't tell them the plan.
Arvin Eleron is collecting the infinity gauntlet of entertainment industry.
I just snap and half the artists disappear. No, not that kind of Thanos.
Yes.
Oh my God. Anyway, it is a great pleasure though to have KP with us and to add his vocal stylings to the mix. And last but certainly not least, now Little Arv will not be here for the whole thing. And Little Arv also will not be doing voices that Rem is able to do now. But on occasion, I will have Little Arv jump in here and there, partly for 2 reasons. One, because I dearly love my daughter. Second, because I think she does a good job in this voice work and has been trained by a certain now froless but talentful character known as Zach Clay. And thirdly, because she only has this and next month, and then she's going back to school, and she certainly can't be up doing this at that point. So that's why these things are happening.
Love to hear a Little Arv rendition of The Judge.
Shut up.
I give my full permission. Anyway.
Oh man,
the audience demands it.
We now know what is required. So, okay. So, is there any way, guys, that we can fill Rem in on what the heck happened in our last session? Do you like? What do what do we?
A lot of it was.
I remember.
Yeah, go ahead.
I remember the weird magician guy, and we talked to the snooty scientist that eats a lot of food. That's a mood. And investigated. I think her studio was the last place, or no, the crime scene was the last place we investigated.
Right. So we did the trial, or at least part of the trial last time. And the trial gave us A lot of sort of ups and downs. We figured out, we actually figured out a couple of like the reporter, the one that you were talking about, it was a disaster on the stand. Like basically had to be 5 times, had to correct his story, and was like all this stuff about, wait, I left some things out, and there's this other stuff. It was
Was that the guy with the creepy smile?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
At one point, he started brushing his glasses because he got really freaked out by some of the questions. He is a strange person. So
Yeah.
that
That's an understatement.
yes.
My
So
brain had repressed him until just now.
unfortunately, he remains a part of the mix in some capacity. So let's get into it. Let's see how things happen as we continue with day 2, trial part 1.
Why is he still
The
there?
game is pretty loud, by the way.
Oh,
too.
sorry. Ow. Careful. Are you all right? Hang on. Sorry about
Man,
that.
I was jamming to that, man.
Okay. I want to make sure you were okay. Okay. All right, there we are.
It's a dad thing. Only a dad would say "ow" when their child is hurt.
Right. Right.
I thought you were talking about
Okay. No, I'm not talking about the mic. Why would I care about the mic? If my mic is my daughter, yes. Otherwise, no. I heard there's a quote I was watching on a sports show of a person saying, someone called the New England Patriots America's team, and one of the people was like, no one calls them that. He's like, well, they do. He's like, not unless your name is they don't. So that's how I feel about it. Okay. All right. Now, is the volume better for both
Yes.
players and
Yeah,
for
it's
both
okay.
our vocalists and chat? Everybody good?
Yes.
Everyone okay? All right. Much better. Okay. So here we go. Oh my God.
Where
The
were
fake
we? What
clu-
is this about again?
The fake clue that's thrown us off the poison's trail is none other than.
We kept telling. I remember last time you kept being like, "Oh, well, we can leave it off like this. We're gonna remember."
Well, it was getting too late is the problem.
See, yeah, usually this is par for the course. Every time we do our vocalist Ace Attorney, we start the session so confused, and then by the end of the session,
have
we're
it.
like hours deep into a conspiracy theory that we understand after the hours of, and then like we
This is totally
start the
true.
cycle again.
Yes, this is totally true. Okay, well, I mean, we know
Well,
that
let's-
the
Okay.
So the red envelope is where he got the letter with the stamp.
with the
right?
stamp, and we decided that the reason, this is one thing you didn't know, Rem, the poison that he was poisoned with, we now suspect came from the stamp, and he was trying to get a stamp. It was sent to him, the letter with the stamp with the poison on it was sent to him 7 years ago, and so that's why no one was paying attention to it right now, and he was looking for a stamp to put on the envelope, took the stamp, licked the stamp. It takes like 15 minutes for the poison to take effect. 15 minutes later, he comes over, sits down with the coffee, drinks the coffee, and then at that point, the stamp poison kicks in and he keels over.
Yeah.
So we know that. The problem is the game is kind of like you must go through the following 5 steps in order, and so it's not always easy
Yeah.
to. So, I don't know. Is it the red envelope?
Mm,
Drew Misham? That Drew Misham sounds weird, so maybe that's the answer because
that's the guy who.
Yeah, because like
died,
the frame is the art piece, right?
Right.
His fake
Right.
artwork. That was what led to the initial envelope being sent to him.
which did have poison. So I would say
Right.
Oh.
So I don't think those two are it. So yeah, I would say based on just process of elimination, I feel is
Drew
Drew
Misham.
Misham. Yeah. He was like the red herring.
Yeah, we have it saved. Yeah,
Yeah.
Drew Misham. Aha.
Oh, yeah, this sounds encouraging.
Okay. So who is actually doing the judge now that we've said all this? Are we
thought
bringing
you
this
were.
back over
I
to?
mean, I've always been the judge, but
Oh.
I was serious in my offer. If we want to give Little Arv a shot, I think it'd be cool.
all right.
You
wanna-
can play it how you want, and whenever he slams the gavel, you have to say "shut up." Those
Yeah.
are the
I,
only
Yes.
rules.
I got the idea, but I
Okay.
struggle with voices of any kind.
You mean
And then
low
just-
Whatever
voices?
you do is going to be perfect.
Yeah, just go lower than your normal register, and otherwise be
I'll
normal.
try. I'll
Do
try.
you have it turned on? You do. Lovely. All
I
right.
can never tell when it's turned on. You need to put it on switch. You need to make sure okay. The
Yes.
victim was a fake clue? I'm afraid I don't understand.
I'll explain. We have an envelope, a frame, and a mug linked by poison. That all makes sense. What doesn't make sense is the victim himself. Aha. Okay. Now, who did we have doing? Was it UKP that we had doing this?
That was
okay.
me,
So
yes.
you can either stick with that, or if you want to switch, you can switch around as you folks like. If you want.
I'm happy to.
Have you been practicing
we-
your accent?
Are we just swapping everything?
I
today?
only swap.
Oh,
I was only thinking about it because of the fact that we swapped Little Arv into the judge role, so it could be kind of like a crazy go nuts. I also don't want it to be so silly that we lose all continuity forever. So if we don't want to do that, that's
also, KP, I think you muted yourself.
God damn it.
There you go.
All right, there we go. I was going to suggest that I'm happy to continue doing it unless who has the best German accent? Because that was the one part not to.
true.
Otherwise, I'm happy to just go the ridiculous route that I went.
I'd like to give it a shot.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
But
Go
I'm
to
not.
it, Zach.
No promises it will be German. It'll just be whatever, whatever
You
comes
just
up.
got to be over the top.
Yeah, it'll just be a wave. Eventually, I'll be circling around German, but somewhere in that European
If you offend
area.
the Germans, Tari will
Yeah.
get mad at you. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
all right.
Congratulations, you've completely lost me. So the fake evidence is none other than the master of fake himself, the forger. It makes a good story, I'll give you that.
The fake clue, fakes, forgeries. Ah. And this is definitely still Rem.
That
Oh,
face.
yeah.
That's the I just had an idea face.
I don't know if I'm right, but I'm going with it anyway. What if our forger is the fake?
Clone.
Come again?
7 years ago, our forger sniffed a trap and stepped aside. 7 years passed. Now the forger stumbles into that very same trap and dies. Why?
That's what I want to know.
Because the forger who was killed was a fake.
It's a clone.
Here we are again. The victim was a fake.
Just like your music. Ha! Got him! All right.
Oh!
One forger smelled the trap. One forger fell into the trap. One
Poetry.
forger to rule them all. And in the darkness, bind the trap. That's two forgers, and one of them was a fake.
Oh, Ace Attorney.
Well, I can't tell
Yeah,
forgers.
This
I
game
can't.
is
Shut up.
There you go.
Order, order, order. Order, I see.
I'm surprised there's not a cannonball deep, dent in the wall from the amount
I
of
know.
times that he... So you're telling us that Drew Misham, the victim, was a fake? Well, if he was the fake, who was the real forger?
I'll answer you in just a minute. Dancing.
You'd better not be claiming there was some kind of switcheroo.
I'm afraid you're going to have to back up your story. Mr. Justice, show us just who the real Drew Misham was.
Ooh.
If Drew Misham wasn't the real forger, there's only one other person it could have been. Understood, Your Honor.
True, sir.
The true forger is you, Your Honor. What? Forger Drew Misham was himself a forgery. The real forger was...
Definitely true. sir.
Oh,
I'm so tempted to do that. Okay,
I think it was
can't at the moment.
his
Emma.
daughter.
You think it was his daughter?
Yeah.
That's true, actually. It probably makes sense. Ah, Vera, take that! There could be only one explanation, really. The real identity of the forger known as Drew Misham is none other than his only daughter, Vera Misham! Oh, no, Vera's
His
I
only daughter.
can't believe that.
Shut up! Order, order, order! Mr. Justice, this is going out on a whim, even for you.
That's right, Your Honor. Oh,
I kind of agree. I mean, Vera? A forger?
let's consider it before you write it off entirely. If you look at the paintings in the studio, one fact becomes quite clear. They suck. But another fact becomes quite clear, too. And that is, forgery had been taking place in that studio for quite some time. The forger wasn't caught in that trap 7 years ago. This can only mean that the one who was caught in the trap wasn't the forger. It was the terrible art school professor that taught...
Well, actually, that does make a certain kind of sense. No?
Exactly, Miranda. One more thing. Only 2 sets of fingerprints were found in the forger's studio. Drew Misham's and Vera Misham's. If we know that Drew Misham wasn't the forger, that leaves only one possibility by process of elimination. The forger was Vera Misham. Well, here's where he says you have no evidence.
What's happening?
Fascinating.
Oh, right. You don't. I should point out. Also, Riv's going to be like, "What the hell is this?" So this guy is the brother of the guy who used to be the district attorney, basically the prosecutor for this district. But we convicted his brother of being guilty of a crime in the first part of this whole game, like case 1. So his brother, I think it's his younger brother, who's also a big rock star, is now prosecuting. I have no idea why, but just so you know, this is a rock star. Yeah.
He's almost just as talented as me.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah. No, I can't believe that this guy
just
is
as talented as KP.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ah.
Vera Misham.
So
boy.
this definitely should be. I think this should definitely be.
I think I voiced her last time.
That's right. So I would say either you or Rem, with Zach staying as Clavier and Little Arv as the judge.
I'll give it to Rem. I think I had a lot last time, so I'm happy to give it to Rem.
Okay. So Vera, I don't know if you did we encounter Vera this session before last? Yeah, like super quiet.
She doesn't talk and has little. Yeah.
Let's see.
You've been paying attention to the trial so far.
Thank you, everyone. Your applause will be appreciated for that performance.
That dot was.
I usually just say ...
I just want to hear it again. I mean.
Yeah, I mean.
Let's just ask her and be done with it, shall we? Who are you? Who is the forger, Drew Misham?
Was that an expression of emotion I saw on her face? She's staring holes into Prosecutor Gavin's face. They're actually holes. His face is melting. My God.
Oh, my face. Oh, I'm used. Hey, wow.
Oh my God.
I'm used to being stared at by Frauleins. Believe me.
Wah wah.
What? That's not the right sound effect. You mean wah wah? Yes. Well, they usually talk to me too. Tell us. Were you the one who forged those works of art?
She draws the same drawing.
I didn't hear you, Rim. Okay, sorry. Yes.
Yes.
So the forger, Drew Misham, was you?
Yes, it was me.
What? What?
Oh, I can't believe this. It has one expression. It's like totally expressionless.
Incredible drawing.
The court was in an uproar and it wasn't coming down. We had to break for a 10-minute recess. To be continued. We could have gone for like literally 3 more minutes. And
funny.
I couldn't shut them up that time.
yes, I am saving my progress as opposed to something which may or may not have happened last time. All right, save complete.
Remember that.
Ugh.
Oh.
Oop, I gotta get the thing.
You always do this.
Every time.
I never remember it. It's because I got so much to set up at the beginning. All right.
Just bookmark it.
That would be too easy.
Although I do.
What I need to do is put it on is actually bring it down and just do it for my Steam Deck rather than doing this way.
I actually do though have a question. Why, whenever we see Prosecutor Gavin and like Apollo Justice, why don't we see any of the jury?
Sorry, I'm listening.
Why don't we see any of the jury? And then suddenly, when we pan out, the jury is suddenly behind them.
I think because it's going from the other direction. Like the jury is sitting, like the witness is here, and the crew, the jury is behind the witness. So we're always looking at it from the other direction, just close in on the witness. I think that's why. Also,
I also think this is one of those video games you cannot at all criticize any lot.
October 8th, 1:24 p.m., District Court. Defendant lobby,
Do
number
we- do we-
6. I'm sorry.
Do we need the Law and Order sound?
Bang.
I just did it.
Mhm.
Okay. So, where exactly does this leave us, Apollo?
Trucy speaking for all of us. Well, the Drew Misham who was killed wasn't Drew Misham the forger, basically.
Well, then, who was he?
Well, he was actually... Aha. Doing her nails. So, you really made those forgeries?
She blinked.
Yes, poor father. I know it was wrong.
It should be funny.
Can you tell us how it happened?
The incredibly bubbly Trucy versus the flat as flat ginger ale Chat GPT known as Vera. Actually, wait, this literally is AI art creation, by the way. Like, same kind of personality.
Oh my God.
My father was a painter. I loved painting ever since I was a child. One day, Father saw it in me. He saw that I had the talent.
Talking about you being a Jedi? You had the Force.
Those drawings I see.
Talent for making forgeries?
Yeah, Trucy, drop those truth bombs.
How should I say it? It was not only paintings I made. Given the materials, I could make anything.
Anything?
What is this, a superhero?
Father was so proud, and I so happy. You can tell by my voice. But in the end, I was making those.
Forgeries.
I've never had a good constitution nor personality.
Jeez. Suddenly I feel kind of bad. I've always been not really very human.
I know very little of the world outside my door. Now, because of me, Father is. Do you know about this red envelope?
The whiplash. I'm
Remember
having right
that
now, I
envelope.
swear.
It was some time ago.
So you were already creating your works back then?
I started when I was only 12 years old.
That was 3 weeks ago, and so the one who figured out the stamp was poisoned. That was KP.
Mr. Justice, it's time to the courtroom, please.
Right. Out of time.
Sarah, just one more thing, please. Those 3 paintings in the studio. I painted those as part of my work. Right. See, we checked them out and we saw what was underneath. We saw the rough sketches underneath the 3 finished paintings.
I wouldn't say rough sketches. Pretty detailed.
I see. Mr. Justice,
You must destroy your assistant. Yes?
Father, he knew of you. Of both of you.
Your late father? What is that line?
What
Your late?
other-
You mean your other father? Your late father?
He was your father too.
So, ah!
Dun dun dun!
He was all of our
He was
fathers.
watching, gathering in
Oop.
information,
Okay.
all about the Wright and Co. law offices. Lately, we're not doing just law. Yes, you do tricks, gags to amuse, and play piano.
Piano does not abuse.
Well, not really gags.
I mean, they're kind of gags.
Yet when father heard you had resumed the legal business, I must draw a picture to explain my feelings.
The same of the
How
two pictures I
pleased he
have.
was. Who was Mr. Misham?
How am I supposed to know?
What if he was Daddy's dad?
All connected.
I have to remember that like everyone's a father at 14. Like I judging from the relative ages involved, I say it's highly unlikely. Although things are already confusing enough with all these daddies running around.
There's the classic Ace Attorney line. Let's just put that one down for the books.
Too many daddies.
Too many daddies running around.
We had Greg, and now you have me.
Yeah.
We know that the victim's daughter Vera was the forger. We know that there are at least 2 daddies involved in this. What does this mean for the case? Guess we're about to find out. I am your late father.
Done.
October 8th, 1:36 p.m., District Court Courtroom, number 3. Oh, so how many daddies are there here?
Court is now back in session.
Ooh,
That's different.
Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off.
Perhaps you could begin by telling us how it all worked. How did you set up this Drew Misham forger persona?
There's that stare again. She's drilling more holes into his head.
Oh, it's hard for you. But hey, he's a handsome guy.
What's hard?
Very well, miss, if you
Oh,
would.
oh my.
What?
Nothing. On you go.
Did you really make those
Detestable.
detestable?
Mhm.
As you can say, I can't make those detestable forgeries?
Well,
Ugh,
Because
3
you
points of
got a
damage.
new one.
Perhaps you'd rather answer my question. Were you the one who painted that painting? The remarkably similar one?
Ah, yes. It looked like this. I painted it, yes. Father praised me quite highly for it.
the best smiley face I've ever seen.
So, she was the one who made the forgeries.
Yes, Judge.
What? I'm thinking, okay?
Yet, she did not wish to reveal the truth of their operation. So the victim was a stand-in, a decoy. To the world at large, she was the forger, not her.
I've done a bad thing. I have, haven't I?
Regardless, we need a little more information.
The stage at which she snaps and goes full into some kind of psychotic break is not going to be fun to watch. Like, you know it's
That'll-
it's
yeah.
coming at some point.
About, for instance, this.
Huh?
You have seen this before, yeah?
Yes, it was in the desk drawer.
Shut up. Very well, you may proceed with your testimony. Tell us everything you know about this envelope.
Does Little Arv think that Trucy is an accurate representation of teenage girl experience?
No.
Yeah.
No, we'd all be quiet. We wouldn't even wear these outfits. We just wish we could.
Seriously. All right, witness testimony. The red envelope.
I created things, and Father sold them. This envelope came after my first work. That was other than a painting. Father handled the deal, all of it. I must draw a picture now.
Whoa. Whoa.
This is a stamp. I received the stamp that was in that envelope. It was after that job that we moved to the current studio.
There certainly was much of a great interest in your
I
testimony.
think it was that interesting.
I found it interesting.
Not that the witness realizes it.
Very well. Please begin with the cross-examination.
Right. Okay. I need more information about this forger. This Drew Misham. Cross-examination. The red envelope. And a cheer of some kind from Shadowed Mage. Why couldn't the green pepper practice archery? Because he didn't have an arrow. Well, nice. There you go. Well done, Shadowed.
I love that one so much. I'm stealing that.
Thanks for the cheer and good stuff. 4 of us are happy. 1 of us is decidedly not.
Of all the days to have that.
Yep, it's good stuff. All right, so.
I created. Why am I green now?
Because, I don't know. Because it could be cross-examined, that's why.
I created things, and Father sold them.
Hold it! So, these things you were making, you mean paintings identical to other paintings, right?
Stop rubbing salt in the wound.
The closer they were, the happier Father was. This is a picture of happy. I was happy, too.
Still, you're quite young now. When did you begin this work?
I was in the womb.
My first painting sold when I was 12.
Your Honor, she had no idea what she was doing was illegal.
Easy there, little attorney. You're not here to defend her for the crime of forgery.
True. Please tell us more about this envelope. This envelope that may very well have killed your father.
Killed your father. Probably,
All right.
Shadow.
This envelope came after my first work. That was other than a painting.
Hold it! By other than a painting, you mean you'd only done paintings up to that point?
Yes. But Father had a realization. He noticed my talent extended to making things other than paintings.
For instance?
For instance, a letter someone had written.
Wait, did she forge the letter? Okay,
Oh, she can forge handwriting?
probably.
Or a fingerprint left upon a cup.
What?
Wait, did she draw the lines onto the cup where he sipped?
Or a signature on a document. A seal upon a letter.
I'm actually a god.
I-
None of this makes her sound very innocent at all.
And the $100,000 promised in this letter was the start. The beginning of a new industry for Drew Misham.
A new industry?
The creation of items to be used in criminal proceedings. Forging evidence, in other words.
Uh-oh.
Father handled the deal. All of it.
Hold it! When you say father, do you mean your late father? Okay. So you didn't know how the things you were making were being used? Oh boy.
Sad face.
No, no.
I enjoy painting very much.
Oh, we're losing her.
This is me enjoying it.
I think I understand. The Fraulein has lived in an unusual little world.
There are like 2 emotes. And... Can you tell us what happened to the papers that were in this envelope?
Father signed them and sent them back, I believe.
Did he follow the instructions? Send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp?
This is a rather important matter. Give your answer some thought. Or don't give.
I must draw you a picture of a stamp again. It must be a new stamp, not the one I previously drew for you. I received the stamp that was in that envelope.
Hold it! Are we sure that's the same stamp? Okay. What do you mean you received it?
Here's another stamp.
Whoa.
I don't know what this is.
It's a crime
Did I
question.
do something wrong?
Yes.
Oh.
You didn't use that stamp because it was dangerous, correct? Deadly poison on the back. Atroquinine.
A moment, Herr Forehead.
What?
You can't force an answer upon the witness.
I can and I will.
Now then, perhaps, would you tell me, Fraulein Vera? Why did you receive this stamp?
What does Fraulein mean?
I think miss, I believe in German.
Miss,
the equivalent
yeah.
of miss.
Is something wrong?
I must draw you a picture again of a stamp. It was beautiful.
Just like this one.
You mean it was one of those commemorative stamps? Oh geez, another picture.
There's another one. Yes, I think it was.
Is she like just opening it to the same page and then just like tracing it over again? Like, what?
As an artist, this annoys me so much. Stop wasting the paper.
So you didn't know about the poison?
Practice makes perfect, right?
Here's a picture of poison.
Oh, it's a different
Oh.
smiley face. I guess not.
I'm sadly confused.
So the trap failed by chance, by mistake. Thanks to this commemorative stamp. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Quite the close call.
It was after that job that we moved to the current studio.
Hold it. What current studio? Oh. You mean you moved to where the current Drew studio is? I think you literally just said that.
Yes, we saw very few people there. I began drawing picture books, like this one.
Here's a picture.
This single job had tied them to the criminal underworld. I'd think Mr. Misham wished to reduce their visibility in the world at large.
When we had to meet someone for some reason, Father posed as the creator of the work. I was jealous.
So that was the real essence of the artist, Drew Misham. You did the work and he supplied the face.
Shut up. So, you really didn't know anything, did you? You had no idea how much danger you were in.
Like Trucy, my dumb girl brain could not process.
Apparently not.
Mm-hmm. About this commemorative stamp, could you tell us more about it?
She literally
I will
drew it
draw you
like
another
10
one.
Yeah, there it is,
times.
It was very pretty, and more than that,
Yes.
it was a picture of people I liked at the time.
What? This is something new.
Apparently, we've got some cross-examination yet ahead of us. If you would be so kind as to continue your testimony, Fraulein. Please.
We'll continue drawing pictures. I would be happy to do so. My face cannot show it, but my paper can. The stamp was a picture of my favorite magicians, so I kept it.
Hold it. When you say magicians, do you mean people that are
Trucy?
connected to us, Trucy? Magicians?
It was
I love
Trucy all
mysterious.
along.
Yep.
I love mysterious things. I always have.
I can imagine why.
Even though she fainted when she saw Mr. Hat.
I have some bad news for you, Trucy, about the mystery of... You're confusing mysterious with freaky.
Father took me when I was very young. 11. It was a great magic show. I loved it so much.
You know, it just occurred to me when you said that. That is the issue, is that everything is narrowed to like 3-year range. Like I was young, 12. Now I'm 13. And when I was a child, I was 11. They have like 3 years that you live.
See? It's magic great.
Fine, great. Yeah, sure. No need to get all excited.
But the magic troupe we saw disbanded soon after. I will draw a picture of sad face. I was quite sad.
I just realized that was a face with a teardrop.
Yeah.
I thought it was like
something else.
I'm a great
I thought it was like a-
artist that can't draw an emoji.
But she's
I
great
thought
at
it was a
imitating
lonely
anybody
person
else.
at a beach.
It's just like... Did she just say what I think she said? Magic troop? Now, where have I heard that before? The red envelope came after she'd completed her first job. That makes it a letter from her client, whoever wanted a forgery made.
Oh?
We're close. We just have to piece together the parts. A deadly weapon in a red envelope, and the path it took to take Drew Misham's life.
I created things and Father sold them.
Hold it! So these things you were oh wait, I already did this. All right, never mind. Forget it. No, don't draw me more pictures.
I will draw you
No!
another picture.
Ah,
Your Honor, I have more things to say that I've already said.
Easy there.
true. Oh, okay.
All right. So, okay. So now the question is, what do I present? The
We
envelope.
already did this.
I know. Yeah, I'm not going to press anymore. So, Father handled the deal, all of it.
I will draw you another picture.
I received the stamp that was in that envelope.
Mm.
To be fair, I do like her outfit. It's very nice.
I wonder if I show...
Yeah.
Take this frame! Objection! Your Honor, what do you think about the witness's statement, generic pants?
Oh.
No.
Sorry.
Thanks. Okay.
It clearly contradicts the, I thought...
You don't sound very sure, Mr. Justice.
Oh, I totally...
Objection overruled.
I don't think that won me any points with the judge. Okay.
I'm getting rid of your health bar.
I received the stamp that was in that envelope.
I received a save point. Let me just save. Hold on. We come right back to that. Save complete. Return to the title screen. And now I would like to continue. And resume. Yes, as you were saying, right. So you received the stamp that's in that envelope. This envelope? What do you think about the witness's statement? Never mind. Return to title. Okay. That wasn't it.
Considering it has to do with the magician, don't we have like a ticket or something from him? Or
We
something?
do.
Is there anything?
Smart.
Yeah, isn't there an envelope? His envelope too?
Well, there's
what
a
his-
card.
Grammary envelope.
Envelope for Mr. Wright. Do not open until the time is right. So... Ah, looky here.
Ooh.
A handwritten signature. It says... I can't read it.
Seems odd to me. I mean, isn't a signature intended to show ownership? What's the use if no one can read it?
Isn't it enough if you can read your own?
Me when my mom writes.
Oh my goodness.
Big dumb girl brain never thought of it that way.
Oh no. Stamp?
Yeah, I can't. All right, let's see.
Face.
Face. No, nothing else here.
Maybe show that to her when she talks about the magic troop and be like, is this what you're talking about?
That's true. Like my favorite magicians. Yeah. Okay, that's a good call. So
Wait, but what about the ticket that KP was talking about?
Yeah, but I'm just curious
That's what
when
I'm saying,
you
is that
present it.
You present that to her when she's talking about.
Her magician.
No, not the pink thing. That
this
yes.
thing,
Yeah.
but at the
Only
magician
when-
though, right? Like
Yeah,
at the
when she talks
Yeah.
about the magician.
okay. Job in current studio.
Emoji.
Picture of my favorite magicians. Do you mean
These magicians.
these? Objection! Oh, the music stopped. That's a good sign. Those magicians you liked. Was it this bunch?
Yay!
Good call.
Good job, KP.
Happy face.
Yep.
Hello, they're not a bunch.
I see. Still, I have to wonder. Why include a commemorative stamp like that in a business letter?
Good question.
Well, pretty stamps are always better, and you can't beat Troop Moo.
But the whole murder plan was a failure because of it. Ironic, don't you think? Prosecutor Gavin? He's sweating. Prosecutor Gavin?
Is he pooping?
Grammar's
Gregory.
What's with Gavin?
Might I ask just one question of this witness?
Does he have a pass with the...
Maybe.
In your testimony just now, you stated this was your first work that was other than a painting. Please tell me. I know what you made.
Oh.
What exactly did you make?
Well, I didn't do that.
Why?
No! Answer the question now!
I didn't do any of that. Oh! Oh, he was yelling at a child.
Getting a little-
Prosecutor
asshole.
Gavin! You're usually not the one whose volume concerns me.
Yes. It is unbecoming of me. I apologize.
Good.
Thanks. But I must know. Please, Miss Misham, tell me.
It was a book. A single page in a book.
The book? Please be more specific.
An item with many pages that one reads.
A dead tree that you hallucinate when you look. It was a handwritten book, like a diary.
What?
It's his diary.
No,
Whoa.
no, I don't. No.
The heck?
That's
Someone cast
low.
Mind Spike on him?
I
Yeah.
know, right?
He failed to save.
Man, I was gonna say, man, even Trucy doesn't have something to say. Oh, what's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks like he just saw a ghost.
Suddenly a ghost walks in. Oh, we have to, interview the ghost, Your Honor.
Objection.
Miss-
Ooh.
This book.
It was his diary.
Was there a picture of a slaps? Silk hat on the back cover. Slaps. Yes or no?
How did you know?
Objection! Prosecutor Gavin, the defendant is answering all of your questions. Stop badgering her!
He's told you nothing, has he? You're a soiled, sullied mentor. Nothing.
Sully, who?
Phoenix, right? Who else?
Daddy?
He never told you about the trial 7 years ago? About how he came to lose his attorney's badge? It was a certain piece of evidence that decided his fate, you know. A certain diary. On the back, it bore the mark of a silk hat.
Ah, what? Oh, no, it was
no,
silk
that's
hat.
so
It was a
confusing.
silk
Oh my
hat.
gosh, I can't believe it.
Phoenix Wright tossed out of the profession by false evidence. And the forger who made that evidence... Is this girl standing right in front of me? Well, take a look at me now. All right. Vera, you must tell us. The evidence you made was used in a trial 7 years ago. Who asked Drew Misham, you, to forge that evidence? For all of our sakes, who was it?
Who was it? Who was it?
Who was it?
Oh my gosh,
Who
I don't
was
know
it?
what
I don't
to
even
think
know.
about this.
Shut up!
What's up, D and Yellow Games? Good to see you. You love this game and need to buy it again. It is fun.
I must draw you a picture now.
No, I didn't mean you to shut up.
We-
Please talk.
Only met once.
You met the client? Well, who was it?
It was.
Waiting for like the dart to hit her in the neck. Like,
Yeah, right.
ah.
Draw you a picture. What's
Ooh.
going on with Vera? She's staring at Prosecutor Gavin's face again.
She looks to be staying straight.
Yes, what? Is there something about me?
I bet she met his brother. Because they keep showing pictures of his brother, and it's got to be...
Has to be, yeah.
I remember clearly. I remember who gave me the book, the diary.
Who was it?
This is very emotional. Ugh.
Vera!
Oh.
Oh. The
Yeah. What?
The devil.
Okay, we have to cross-examine the devil. All right. Whoa. Defendant Vera Misham. Condition: unconscious. Examiner's diagnosis: acute atroquinine poisoning? Oh, dang. Actual twist. This ends the recording of the trial for the murder of Drew Misham. Vera Misham was, during the trial, poisoned by an unknown assailant. The dosage was just under the lethal amount, sparing the defendant's life. Convenient. She's currently in intensive care and is not to be disturbed for any reason. A very simple case at first glance, until it finally began to show its true colors.
Law and Order sound.
The long road to the truth takes us to the record of another trial.
Oh.
In some ways, that was the starting
quite
point
the
of it all.
process.
That was Phoenix Wright.
Oh my gosh. That looks so similar.
Is that the brother?
I
Mhm.
think so, although I get confused because he
No,
doesn't look...
The brother was
The
always
brother
wearing a
looked...
suit.
Yeah, the brother looked more formal. And that's where we must go. Oh my God.
Baby.
Oh, little baby.
To find the whole truth.
She's so cute.
She is adorable.
To be
That-
continued. Okay, well, this just took a
Dum.
left turn. I did not expect that.
Wait.
We didn't solve anything.
No, we solved zero. Like, we have no idea.
The devil? Oh, great. Now we have to be dealing with the fourth dimension or something.
Episode 4, Turnabout Succession, Showdown Time. Now, this is from the first case with these cards. I lost. Oh, this is Phoenix Wright, actually,
That's
but
what
I...
you play.
Okay, I guess I do play that. It's only a game of poker, a game I played for a long time and only lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed, of course. Oh, the magician. Well, seems I found the partner I've been looking for all along. I have no idea who's talking here. Over a game of cards? Why, yes, over a game of cards. I also can't stop it. I'm not clicking it. So...
Yeah, it's doing it on its own accord.
Okay, so this is Phoenix. All right, so now the question
7
is...
years ago.
Say again?
Sorry, I was just making
This is how we
sure.
met 7 years ago, is what he
Okay.
said.
7 years earlier, Phoenix Wright's
And-
final trial.
And Greg, was this in? I'm assuming you've done an actual Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Were
Yeah.
these events in a previous game?
Not that I remember, but it's possible. The first game covers like Phoenix Wright. I think it goes Phoenix Wright, and then Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies was the second one, and then there's this one, Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. So I think it could have been the second game. I don't honestly remember that one, but I don't think so. These events were not. Okay. So yeah, I didn't remember that specifically. So if this is Phoenix Wright, then what I want to suggest is that whoever the prosecutor is, maybe because it's younger, we have KP maybe doing the prosecutor on that because he hasn't done anything yet. If this is in fact an earlier trial, but we will find out. We'll keep Rem as Trucy, who somehow gets to be even younger than previous.
She
Like
looks even, more
Even
like-
higher pitched.
Oh no!
I'll practice my whistle tones. It's
You're
just shattering glass.
You're
and
just
stuff.
gonna turn on your pitch volume on your end. Just
Okay, April 19th, 9:27 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Mambo, number 5. Phew, okay, it's been a long time since I felt like such a rookie. Gotta try and relax. Perfect. Okay, so if this is the partner, if this was like the original like assistant, Mr. Enigmar, cute. Maybe have KP do this then, because and we can, and we get that might make more sense. So this sounds to me, my guess is sort of like what you, because you were also playing the magician KP, right? Like the very dramatic, So this is not the same magician, but still,
Right.
similar.
I think this is the father of Trucy. I feel like this.
I think that's right, the original father, yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Enigmar.
I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly.
I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I'm prepared.
I understand. I'm asking the impossible of you.
Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards.
And that was enough.
Actually, it wasn't. Trust me.
oh, little baby Lucy. Ooh, morning. I'm just kidding.
She ages backwards.
wait, why did they change?
Oh, morning,
Benjamin
Daddy.
Puberty was a whole thing, guys.
Benjamin Button style.
Wait,
Yeah.
so she wears blue now, but she used to wear her.
She used to wear. Oh, it was cute. Okay.
Oh.
Morning, Daddy.
Aw,
I'm so glad you came.
they have the same voice.
You okay, Daddy? They picking on you?
That's really good. Well,
I'm fine, as always. This old boy here is trying to help me, after all.
well,
Nope.
that's young man to you. Good morning.
Good morning.
That-
Oh, that's not me.
Good morning to you.
Good
That's-
morning, yeah.
That's a cute outfit you have on.
My first show's today, after all.
Oh, I'm sure it is. What the heck is she talking about?
Oh boy.
Huh? Me? Look what he started.
Here.
Oh, sorry. What's this?
I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair.
Well, that's close to my description.
They said it was really important.
Oh, you're right. We did 3 of them shadowed. Okay.
What's this? A memo for you or some such?
Not from the looks of it. What is this? Looks like a page from someone's diary. Aha! Oh, I'll give it a read later. Sorry, my internal monologue is confusing. Notebook page added to the court record.
Well, how do you feel about the trial today?
I'll let you know as soon as I look at the notebook page. It seems fate's clock will make me wait a little longer. At least only less than 10 swift minutes remain. To all those who have supported me in my life's work, I give thanks. Farewell, Magnifi Grammari. Okay. We'll get through it somehow. Incidentally, the prosecutor today is a new guy, I hear.
Ah, an easy win then, yes?
They're calling him a true thoroughbred in the history of the prosecutor's office. They do all that in quotes. Of course, there's one of those every year.
The switching of attorneys just before the trial. I know it is a difficult situation I put you in. But allow me to say one thing, Mr. Wright.
Yes?
They will not be able to pronounce me guilty today. So, do your best, but do not worry.
First time a defendant's ever given me a pep speech. I'll do what I can.
I see you do not understand. You see, it will be impossible for them to declare a verdict. Because they'll all be dead.
Impossible?
Yes. Isn't that right, Trucy?
Yep, you bet, Daddy.
My first look at the case was only yesterday, and the information I was given was a tad bit lacking, to be honest. Still, I'll do what I can, for their sake.
I believe the curtains will be lifting anytime soon. I'm in your capable hands, Mr. Wright.
Just gonna leave that on the screen. Just let KP laugh while you're
Turns more evil every second.
This is an ab workout.
That's great.
My client is Shady. His name is Shady Enigmar. I'm the real Shady, the real Slim Shady.
Enigmar.
Oh my god. Okay. Known to the world as Zach Grammary. A wildly popular magician, star of Troop Grammar School. His mentor, Magnify Grammarian, was a rare breed of magician. He single-handedly ushered in a golden age of stage magic until he was shot dead.
He's just posing.
And Zach Graminian is the suspect.
Thanks. Thank you.
April 19th, 10 o'clock a.m., District Court, Courtroom, number 7.
Wonder if the judge's hair will be different.
Oh, this is a totally different office. I don't know.
Shut up. I'm still the same. Court is now in session for the trial of Shady Egmar.
This is a rap artist. It clearly is. I'm Shady Enigma. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The colors have changed.
So this is still you, I guess.
Okay.
Or, wait, still me or still?
Zach?
Yeah, I would say
Yes.
because now probably Shady's gonna get on the stand, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Is the prosecution ready?
I was just thinking, is this what all the fuss is about? Bit of a buzzkill, really.
Buzzkill? Is that some new kind of crime? I need to search this up. I'm behind.
One of the worst. This is a trial, yeah? Where are the sweaty palms? The pounding hearts? A Gaviner's concert's got 10 times the thrill this gig's got.
Who are you again?
Clavier Gavin. I came to get the party started. Legally, yeah?
Y'all got this party started, right?
How did you... Okay, Gavin... Defense Attorney Christoph Gavins?
Figures my bro's more famous in this part of town.
You know, I bet that this is actually the same guy.
So
It's
yeah,
the same
I
guy.
think his
Still
Clearly
yeah,
is, right?
Clavier,
It's gotta be.
No, it's
Yeah,
his,
his
hair's just shorter. Is what it is.
and he's
Yeah.
he's more punk rock.
Clavier Gavin. Lead singer for the mega hit band The Gaviners. You're out of your league, rock boy.
I know what you're thinking. You're out of your league, rock boy. True, my debut single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love, went platinum overnight.
Sponsored.
That needs to be your guys' new title. for your
13
new
yeah.
album.
Our album's
10
new album's
years.
title is Exodus, but instead we decided to call it 13 Years Hard Time for Love.
But that's just a hobby to me, compared to this, yeah?
talkative, aren't you? I like your affected Euro rock accent, by the way.
I'm just getting warmed up. Heir attorney, right?
Shut up. Perhaps you would be so kind as to fill us in on the case, because I haven't actually done my homework.
Your tongue, baby. Time to call on the opening act.
Don't call me that.
All right. What was his name again? Yes,
Gumshoe. Oh my
Detective
gosh,
Gumshoe.
Gumshoe.
Hit it.
Yeah, Gumshoe.
I forgot all about that guy.
All right,
my gosh,
so-
Gumshoe.
So Gumshoe.
I've never seen this guy.
So Gumshoe, so KP Gumshoe is a basically kind of a noirish, like, yeah, you know what I mean? I saw it and I did this, so I kind of spoke to him like that. He's a nice guy, you know. I don't really get I'm not the brightest bulb in the drawer, but I get the job done basically, you know. So yeah, that's the voice.
Yeah, okay. Wait, am I doing it?
I think so.
All right, I'll do my best.
I think so. Although if it turns out, although I do have to say, if it turns out that Trucy's not in the stand here, then I want Rem to be doing something also. So we'll have to see if it's Enigmar actually gets on the stand or whatever.
I feel like Enigmar is going to, so I would rather if Trucy would like to try him.
Okay, then Rem, if I can have you do that. So you already heard my.
Not Trucy, sorry, Rem.
Sure.
Rem has already become Trucy. I'm sure she's delighted.
Hey, you were the one who called me up here, sir. Oh, man, that was a mixture of like 3 of them. Name's Dick Gumshoe.
It's quite the name.
I'm a homicide detective down at the precinct.
Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see.
Hey, you.
Huh? Me?
Today's the day, pal. Today, I win and you lose. I got confidence in my testimony today, see?
What? You normally lack confidence in your testimony?
Detective, this is my stage. Candy antics.
Huh?
All this hey-youing and such. And I could care less about your history together.
1 sec. Okay. I
could care less about your history.
Shut up. Very well, Detective Gumshoe, if you would. Please tell us about the case at hand.
It happened 6 days back in a room at the General Hospital.
Breathing so heavily.
What?
The facts are simple, as simple as they come. Here's the crime scene. The victim was a patient, asleep in a hospital bed. The killer comes in, puts a pistol to his forehead, and bam, lights out. Them's the facts.
Not so long ago, the victim, Magnify Grammarly, was a famous man. He had an entire country under his magic spell, as it were.
As you can tell from this 1875 vintage cartoon.
Oh, yes. The great magician. He retired years ago, though. Say the name Magnify to one of my generation, you'd be lucky to get a blank stare.
Damn.
Yes, though I'm sure the youngsters today know his disciples even better. Back in my day, I dare say Troop Grimoire has made quite a name for themselves.
Anyhow, the retired Magnify's been in the hospital for the last year. What was it? A mall ignorant tutor or something. Doing something to his liver, I think. Yeah.
Uh,
I totally missed that one.
Just like,
a magnolent tumor, perhaps?
In other words, he had liver cancer. He had only 3 months left to live, in fact.
Magnify's chart added to the court record.
The facts do seem simple enough, but something's not right.
The victim was already climbing a 3-month stairway to heaven.
There's a lady who knows.
Why not wait for him to knock, knock, knock on heaven's door? Why shoot him?
I wouldn't have put it quite so lyrically, but it's true. Why make the effort to commit murder when the victim was all about to die?
Incidentally, the victim had a serious case of diabetes.
Diabetes?
Diabetes? In fact, he was about to shoot up with insulin. When he was shot with a pistol, the syringe was found at the crime scene.
Why does the doll also have a shot, though?
Good question.
Chronic diabetes and cancer. As much as it pains me to say it, the victim was clearly at the end of his life.
Small syringe added to the court record.
Shut up. I believe the question before us is clear then. Why did the killer have to shoot this dying man? What reason could he have had? Or she, they.
Very well, detective. And yes, good point. We don't know their gender neutral pronouns. Perhaps you can enlighten us as to the circumstances of the shooting.
Yes, sir.
Witness testimony. The circumstances.
Actually, the victim oh gosh, I'm starting to channel the German.
He's a
Actually,
German
the
noir.
victim kind of wanted the defendant to do him in.
There you go.
A few days before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own murder. I can't say that.
Ordered his own mother.
Ah. Moida. There you go. It's been a moida.
A bit of moida.
The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead. The bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene, no doubt about it. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir.
What? You're saying the victim ordered his own shooting?
Like on DoorDash?
That's
Those are the facts. I have here the letter in question.
That's usually where I get my shootings.
To my I didn't do anything. I didn't.
All right.
Magnify's letter added to the court record.
Very unusual indeed.
So unusual, I'm actually going to check it. Yes, to my beloved student Zach, to you I entrust the task of lowering my life's curtain. Come on the 13th, 11:05 p.m. I will ready a gun with which you will shoot one shot square in the forehead. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why.
Oh, geez, Arv. Okay, I guess if you say so, I'll do it.
I mean,
Why
listen,
can't
if
he do it himself?
I
Why
entrust the
can't he just
task.
lift and do it himself.
You can't refuse, Zach, okay?
Okay.
Your Honor, clearly this is not the same Zach because he has a Z-A-K. And then, it takes 20 minutes for them to be like, wait, you have only a C?
Yes.
Okay.
Although such a thing as a letter really caused one to pull a trigger, I wonder?
I believe the answer to that question can be found at the end of the letter.
Ah, you cannot refuse, and we both know why. Detective Gumshoe, can you explain this to the court?
Fortunately, even the defendant won't say a peep about that bit, sir.
One thing bothers me about this. Why didn't he just say 11? Why have him come at 11:05 without some specific reason?
The devil's in the details, Herr Attorney.
Well, was there some reason?
As it turns out, there was. Every night for a half hour, starting at 11.
A sitcom went on from...
Everybody Loves Raymond would play on the TV. No, the victim Magnify Grammar Star was given an IV.
An IV?
Judge?
Judge?
Oh, sorry. There it is in the picture, off to the side of the bed.
At 11 o'clock, a doctor would come to set up the IV. 30 minutes later, he would come back for the empty bag. This happened every night without fail.
Seems a little dangerous.
So that was the only time they could meet without the chance of an untimely interruption. During his IV.
Shut up. Very well. Shall we begin? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you would.
What's this reason he couldn't refuse, I wonder? Could have at least mentioned it to me. But instead, I'm simply going to say to the judge, Judge, it's time for you to head to bed.
Dang it.
Time has come. Thank you, though, my sweet.
Yeah, you did
Little
great.
Arv, great job. Thank you, Little
Yeah,
Arv.
thank you. Go little
I-
Arv.
I enjoyed the shut-ups. They were...
So she's
were
going to go
great.
down stairs, and then we will switch over with, I think, I guess Zach will be back in the judge role. Well,
I mean,
I
yeah,
guess
we could
that-
fully swap, or KP could do the judge.
that's true.
Oh, okay.
That's true.
I'm a fan.
Since this is up Crazy Town today anyway, it's fine.
Yeah,
Either way.
yeah.
Makes
Today's
sense.
Crazy Town Day.
Whee!
It's a national holiday. Crazy
It's a
Town
wild
Day.
time. Wild town.
Mhm.
Okay.
No, Wild Town Day is tomorrow. Today's
Oh,
crazy.
All right, let me just shift this over here. So I got that.
The circumstances.
Okay, they all say clap, clap, clapping. Good night. Okay, let me just quickly remove. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. This one. Okay, good. Right. Okay. So that way I can put this over here. And okay. Right. The circumstances.
Actually, the victim kind of wanted the defendant to do him in.
Hold it. Just because he got the letter doesn't mean he went through with it.
Oh, I disagree. The victim was indeed shot in the forehead after all, just as he had commanded.
It could be a setup. But let's not be in such a hurry. Maybe we should let the witness talk for a change.
Thanks, pal.
Fine. I can play it slow, as well as I can play it fast.
So not very well, huh? Ha! Got it.
Hey. On with the I was about to say, on with the detective testimony, Gumshoe.
That's what it is now.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Testimony, Gumshoe.
Testimony gumshoe.
Few days before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own murder.
Hold it.
Moida.
Moida.
And this letter was sent by the victim?
There it is. Gotcha. You roll mine this time, pal.
Huh?
I had the hand. He's so cocky. Look at him. I had the handwriting checked out, of course. It's the victim's, no mistake.
I see.
Score 1 for the boys.
I didn't lose. I was just ascertaining the facts. So why am I so annoyed?
But a letter ordering your own death. Things aren't what they used to be, I guess.
In my day, you didn't order your own death in a letter. I'm not sure this is exactly commonplace even now, Your Honor.
So anyway, guess I'll keep going while I'm ahead.
Yeah, you do that.
The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead.
Hold it! How can you be so sure?
Hey, you gotta learn to stop relying on people to do your thinking for you, pal. Learn to think for yourself. Get that noggin cranking.
All you're doing is insulting me, but I need actual evidence! You fail to grasp the concept of questioning, Detective.
Foist, we got this letter. It says, shoot in the forehead. Loud and clear.
I can see that, but I still wouldn't do it.
Well, maybe you need to grow yourself a backbone, pal.
You failed to grasp the concept of shooting people is bad, Detective.
We also found the defendant's pistol at the scene.
Traces of gunpowder residue shows that it had been fired recently.
Well, Mr. Wright, as far as I can tell from looking at this photo, there seems to be no issue with the prosecution's claims.
Except for the clown with the bullet hole. The photo. Maybe there's something in there I can use. So they're saying the defendant shot the victim in the forehead. I think there's a hole in the prosecution's argument. Clearly, Mr. Enigmar.
Shot something else.
Yep. Looking at this photo, another possibility occurs to me.
Yes?
What does the letter tell us? That the defendant had a reason he couldn't refuse his teacher's wishes.
Go, pal. That's why the defendant popped him one in the forehead.
Like you, this defendant was a clown, Gumshoe. Oh, the defense disagrees. You see, the defendant had another choice he could make. Oh.
What? And you can prove that with this photo?
I can prove he had a choice, yes.
Shut up. The defendant might have fired like he was ordered, but he didn't shoot the victim's forehead. Well, let's hear what you're thinking, Mr. White. If he didn't shoot the victim's forehead, what did the defendant shoot?
Booyah. Take that!
The clown doll!
Take a closer look. See? It's been shot in the forehead, too. Shot in the head, and you're to blame. You give clowns a bad name.
Ah! There's a hole
Well,
in the
that's
forehead!
a wrap for me tonight. I'm out.
Yep, it was almost as good as habanero.
Yes, and a hole in the prosecution's claim.
Huh. I suppose you have a reason as to why he'd shoot a clown doll.
He didn't just shoot the doll. He shot the doll's forehead.
His forehead? Ugh.
Let's read the orders once more, shall we? You will shoot one shot square in the forehead, which is exactly what he did. He shot the clown doll square in the forehead. He shot the clown, but he did not shoot the magician
That's
gene.
enlightening.
Shut up! The defense has raised an intriguing possibility. Why did I say it that way?
Possibility.
I have possibility.
Possibility. You just slipped for a second. Like, wait, was that? You heard nothing.
That hole in the clown's forehead. It definitely looks like it was shot. Philip, send someone to investigate this matter.
I admit, I'm impressed, but I expected nothing less. Still, this doesn't mean he didn't shoot the victim.
Objection! Perhaps he did have to shoot a forehead as ordered, but the letter says nothing about whose forehead. This was the only way he had to follow his orders without taking a life.
The bullet hole in the clown's forehead does demand an explanation. It might very well be a clue, yet Prosecutor Gavin is right. It alone does not prove the defendant's innocence. You cannot say for sure the defendant didn't shoot the victim.
So sorry, Mr. Wright. How sad it is to see the mighty fall.
How sad it is to see the novice's overconfidence. He doesn't realize just how big this little hole is going to get.
Shut up. Detective Gumshoe,
Your Honor, couldn't hear that. Hey, Topkin.
please take this newfound fact into account as you continue your testimony.
So what if he shot the clown? He still shot the victim, pal.
Hold it! So let me get this straight. You're saying my client first shot the clown, then shot the victim.
Hey, not a bad summary. summary, pal.
More of a confirmation than a summary, but whatever.
That was really more of a confirmation than a summary.
Guy's stealing from my inner monologue.
But our defense attorney seems pleased enough with himself.
Do these people ever miss a chance to mock me?
Well, now that Mr. Wright's gotten that out of his system, shall we continue with the testimony?
I didn't have time to gather all the details before coming in here. His testimony might be my only source of information. Better pay attention and read this letter carefully.
Actually, the victim
Yeah.
kind of ordered the defendant to do him in.
Okay, so we've done this. We did this. Sent a letter. Shot the old man in the forehead. Bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene. No doubt about it.
What's the letter? Because he
Yeah,
said.
do we want to read the letter?
Well, we can't really. I don't think we.
Present?
Well, it's a good thing. Probably should say first.
Actually, yeah. Okay, overwrite. Yes. Yes. Okay. Again, I think you probably have to present it, right?
Well,
So
you can
pre-
still read it, yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay.
just check.
13th, 11:05 p.m. Ready a gun with which you will shoot one shot square in the forehead.
So only one shot. Does a gun only hold one bullet?
I was wondering that myself. Yeah, I don't know if the gun does hold. We even have.
Can we
the
look at the
gun?
photograph?
Yeah.
I don't think we have the gun. They only have the photograph.
We can,
I
but
don't
we
know.
can't like.
Examine it.
And what's that?
The diary that was given at the very beginning.
Estimated time of death 11 to 11:30. This is the diary. Fate's clock. Only less than 10 swift minutes remain. Right, so he had ripped that page out of his diary and mailed this before he got shot.
Yeah, but wasn't this considered a forged thing from our previous
We know
case?
now.
No, I don't know, because this was the diary thing that was sent to them originally, so could have been made into a copy, but this is 7 years ago, right?
The 10 minutes with the 15-minute time frame of the poison, what about that syringe? Did the syringe have poison in it?
Do we want to check on that?
Let's see if we can.
Oh.
Whoop.
Oh,
I always hated getting shots. I guess Magnifi was giving himself the insulin shots. There's no way I could do that, Shudder. Wait, if Magnifi used this to inject his insulin, why are there no traces of it having been used? Ah. Something to keep in mind, unless he used etroquinine poison, maybe? I think that's all there is. Salmon, yeah. Okay, so... They're asking Zach to shoot him. My badge. Autopsy report. Cause of death was loss of blood from bullet wound. Malignant tumor confirmed in victim's liver. 11 to 11:30.
What's the other envelope? There was a white envelope?
This one?
Yeah, what is this?
That's his chart.
Yeah.
67 has a tumor in liver, progressed to final stage, no hope of recovery. Patient has 3 months to live, has chronic diabetes, requires regular insulin.
Okay.
So, sent a letter ordering his own murder. Defendant did what was asked him and shot the old man in the forehead. Bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene. Wonder if I can present the photo?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Represent the letter when he talks about the letter?
So present, okay. So this. Objection. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this generic McGeneric evidence.
It does. I don't see anything contradictory.
Huh? Really?
Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright.
I will do that, Your Honor, by returning to title and reloading.
Reversing time altogether, because I am God.
Let's see. I don't know where to...
Me either.
What if he shot the clown? Hold it! Okay, I already did this. Let me get this straight. Blah, blah, blah. Confirmation. Read this letter carefully. Okay, so it's got something to do with this letter.
Right.
Kind of order the defendant to do him in. To you, I entrust the task of lowering my life's curtain. Come on the 13th, 11:05. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say the design in the back, but I guess it's from Magnify. So.
Right, yeah. Have already a gun with which you will shoot one shot. Is he allowed to have a gun in the hospital? Okay, sleep well, Shadowed.
Are we able to examine the photo?
No, I don't think we were able to.
No.
I think just looking at
Okay.
it.
I don't understand what the IV's for if he's giving him, like...
Well, I think the IV is just supposed to be like fluids.
Okay, and then he also injects himself. I think the doctor would do both if they're going to be in there anyway.
But unfortunately, we can't. It doesn't seem like. No.
Yeah, it doesn't give us any, like...
I mean, it kind of shows all the other
look
evidence.
At his book has a page ripped
Yeah,
out.
That's the diary
Is that the one
entry.
that went?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Trucy?
yeah.
That's this.
This page, yeah.
This thing.
Wait, why does he say only less than 10 swift minutes remain?
Well, if he writes the diary entry at like 10:55, right? Because he knows that they're going to be coming at 11:05.
Can you present the detective with this?
Could do that. Kind of order the defendant. The question is where, though. If he did was asked him, shot the old man in the forehead.
So wait, the only thing that has anything to do with specifically the letter was when it was mailed, right? And like a few days ago, before that?
I don't
But I guess-
know. Let me see.
No. Like he was just saying. He just said the letter was mailed a few days before he was shot.
Oh, I see. Yeah, a few days before it happened, victim sent a letter ordering his own murder.
And then what? Can you look at the letter again?
Yeah. So that's the letter.
To my beloved student Zach, to you I entrust the task of luring. Come on the 13th. Yeah, I guess it doesn't say when this was mailed.
13th, 11:05. And he was killed.
Oh, wait a minute.
13th.
April
Can you go-
13th, 11 to 11:30. Yeah.
Can you go to the letter again?
That was it. That was it.
Oh,
You
shoot. I passed it. Right there. Okay.
Bring it up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then go to the note.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. The handwriting. Okay, so there's
The
that.
handwriting's different.
Yeah, it is. Not the same thing. So then the question is, how do we present it? That. What if I present the diary?
Victim sent a letter.
Because did we present the letter already, or do we present?
We presented the letter. We haven't presented the note.
Right.
Yeah.
Objection. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in the fact that I need to reload. But I think that's got to be it. I think you're right. It is different for sure. So it's just figuring out where to actually. Offended was asked of him. Bullet was fired. Still shot the victim. Can I do now? Objection!
No.
Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. Oh,
man.
I don't know. This one's a
doozy.
Yeah, because it's like I that's clearly it, but what doesn't did what was asked of him, maybe? And also the fact that there's so much emphasis on the pistol found at the scene.
Well, he did mention he will be providing the pistol in the letter. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old. Okay.
And then keep going.
I think that's the end of that.
What does the diary say?
The diary says
In the envelope.
Oh. You mean
Oh, I thought in one of those envelopes was a.
there's the envelope has his chart, like his cancer diagnosis, and then the other envelope has the crime report.
Autopsy.
Has the autopsy report. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got the notebook page here, which is the note that we have, and then there is the letter that he sent. Just don't know where to put it.
So only one other thing that we were able to verify a bit more closely was the injection, the syringe.
Right.
Is that possibly something that can be played at any point?
Possibly.
It was fired from a pistol. No. Belonged to him.
Still shot the victim. Maybe I could present the syringe here?
Oh.
No.
What about this syringe that generically defeats your generic?
Oh, wait. What do you think about the witness's statement?
It's the same.
Not gonna follow you. Okay. He clearly. Oh, never mind. Okay. I thought it sounded for a second different.
Yeah, you're like, wait. Yeah. Boy, I am very confused. I don't know.
We might just have to trial and error it.
I guess.
Oh man.
Okay. So, all right. Victim kind of ordered the defendant to do him in.
The letter is what we were trying to use.
Did we give him the note, the diary?
I think we just pick an item and go through the options and then pick the next item.
Yeah. All right.
I feel like it's instead of the
Objection. Yeah, witness statement. Contradicts. All right. So then
the letter at this point, I feel, is the only other option if you're gonna use something here.
this one.
Yeah.
Objection. Your Honor, what do you generically think of my generic thing? Okay, so we know it's not those two there anyway.
Should we look it up?
Yeah, this at a certain point we may need
That's where we just presented.
Yeah, no, I know the letters. I just didn't. Okay, let me. All right, let me see. So this is Apollo Justice. Okay. Guide and walkthrough. This is turnabout succession. All right, let's see. So down here. Nope. Okay. Wait a minute. Press statement 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Hold it. Okay, I screwed up. We didn't press him on something.
Okay.
My bad. So because that's going to give us then we can present the pistol and be like,
Because I really feel that pistol can only shoot one
yeah,
shot.
it's like a one shot only, yeah.
One. It's a funny looking gun, so there's no mistaking it.
Is that a technical term, detective?
Funny looking.
We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with a bullet fired from this gun. The rifling marks on the bullets were a perfect match.
So, you verified the murder weapon, in other words.
You bet we did. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir.
Hold it! Why are you so certain?
What pile of sand has your head been stuck in all this time, pal? You never heard of Zach and Valent's quick draw shoot 'em?
Huh? What's that?
The defendant's specialties.
Yeah, this is all new.
Zach and Valent stand on either side of a girl. A Goyle.
Goyle.
And they shoot. But the bullets don't hit her. Instead, they hit everything else on stage.
Stagehands die every night. It's terrible.
It's one of the pistols they used in this show. Got a great design, huh? The kids love it.
Many boys and girls joined the police because of that pistol, I hear.
That's deeply troubling.
Yeah.
That would explain a lot about the police force. Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Grandma Mary stopped doing that act a while ago. The old man held on to that pistol ever since.
Shut up. The court would like to see the pistol in question.
You got it, sir. Here she is.
Well, this truly is a blast from the past.
Ha ha.
It's a stage pistol for magic shows, see? But it can fire real bullets.
It looks so much bigger in real life than on TV.
Yeah, but it can only hold one round.
Ah!
By the way.
Got it.
Pistol's firing chamber is empty. And it shows traces of having been fired recently.
So, were any fingerprints found on the gun?
Unfortunately, no. Of course, the defendant is known for wearing gloves. We might say that the lack of fingerprints is, in fact, a fingerprint of its own.
Aha! Intriguing point. Well made.
Whoa. Not well made, not intriguing.
In any case, the court accepts this evidence.
Yeah, let's go. Stage pistol added to the court record.
My grandchild would get a kick out of seeing this.
She loves guns. It's such an important part of our culture.
No. But now,
Daddy?
it's time to return to our testimony.
So what if he shot the clown? He still shot the victim,
There it
pal.
is.
That's
pistol.
it. Yep. Although I want to check it first if we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn it around.
Yeah. Turn around. Now and then I see a pistol.
Oh.
Whoop. Aha! If you look closely, you can see how the pistol's made to bend here. It's a one-shot only model, and I guess this bend is where you load it. So this is the famous Gramumu Golden Gun.
Yeah.
They say kids used to love pretending they had one of these. Wonder if they pretended to miss their targets, too. Something profound in that. I don't know what it is. Okay, so...
Watch where you point that thing. Hey, hey!
all right, let's just...
Triggered.
use it.
Ah!
All right, let's see. Anything on the handle?
It says Woody on the bottom.
It says Andy.
Or sorry, yeah, that's what it should be. Yeah, I misremembered.
Okay. Right. So, hold it. Objection. The music
Hey, we
stopped.
did it.
I know I'm right. The trickiest cases often seem the simplest. The first cut is the deepest. Okay. Prosecutor Gavin, you missed the bullet hole in the clown's forehead. If you hadn't missed that, you might have come to a very different conclusion. Understand?
Yeah, but like I just said, pal. After he shot the clown in the forehead, he went and...
Objection! Did nothing of the sort to the victim. The pistol proves he could not.
The murder weapon? How?
It's quite simple, Your Honor. This pistol only holds one bullet at a time. Yeah, that's right, If he had shot the clown in the forehead, he couldn't have shot the victim too.
Yarr!
That's not a contradiction, not even close. All he had to do was reload the pistol after the first shot.
Objection! Right back at you. Oh, where did he get the extra bullet? They're not so easy to come by, you know. If you claim the defendant had one ready, then prove to us how he got it.
Yeah.
That's right, Irk. Oh.
I had a feeling this wasn't over yet. You've unleashed my final form. No, this part is just getting started. I haven't proven anything yet, beyond my good looks and starting record saves.
I mean, listen, there's a lot of questions about that.
That's you. Oh.
Okay. Sorry. I had this. Right, yes. And utter lack of humility.
What's this? It seems that the prosecution has another witness prepared.
Oh, yeah?
Like I said, Air Detective, Air Detective was just a warm-up act.
Oh,
Now that the audience has gotten a taste of what's to come, they're ready.
Ready for what?
For my decisive witness, of course. A witness who, you will find, can prove one thing for us. That it was Zach Lama who shot the victim in the forehead.
Shut up.
All right.
Very well. We will pause for a 15-minute recess.
This might be my lucky break. I'll need that 15 minutes to talk to my client, Zach.
Yes?
Court is adjourned.
To be continued
Dun dun.
in part
Right
2
now.
of the past thing of, yes, save my progress. Yes, overwrite existing save data. It's like binge watching Netflix, Jack. You get to watch the very next thing right now. April 19th, 11:21 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2.
Very impressive, Mr. Wright. I have to say, I expected nothing less.
We've only just begun. I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what happened, actually.
I did not think you would believe me if I told you. Better that you discover the truth Better that you discover the truth for yourself. I was thinking of you, you know.
I think we need less thinking and more talking. That night in the hospital, what really happened?
The way your eyes gleam, Mr. Wright. You'll scare Trucy.
Speaking of which, where is she?
You have seen the problem yourself, the letter.
The one shot in the forehead one, right?
Yes, and the reason he speaks of it. I could not deny my mentor's wishes, even if it meant my own death.
Why not?
This is something I will not say. For now, at least.
All right, good luck with your public defender. Thanks very much. What's this for now business?
I have done many things in my life. Some well, some poorly.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a cross we must bear alone to our graves.
We?
You wanted to know about the night of the incident.
Finally. This guy sure likes to take his time getting to the important stuff.
Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time and found there upon his bedside table 2 pistols.
Oh.
Wow. 2?
Yes, the one I had used on stage and the one that had been used by my partner, Valent.
Oh, for the Zach and Valence quick draw thing?
My mentor had the look on one sleeping, because he was asleep.
Yeah.
I stood by his bedside, hearing only the light sound of his breathing. Creepy. Then I took the pistol in my hand. I cannot deny that my resolve faltered then for a moment.
You faltered? You mean you thought about shooting him?
Recall, there was a reason I could not refuse his request. His last such request, though not his first.
So, there were other requests you couldn't refuse before?
To be honest, I've not always been steadfast, and I fear I've brought pain upon Trucy.
Was Magnifi coercing his disciples somehow? Just what was going on in Troop Gramillion?
Yet, in the end, I did not shoot him. Instead, I turned and shot the clown.
That's actually a good step, the clown doll thing.
I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket.
In your pocket?
I believe if you examine the bullet in the clown's head, you will find it to be different than the one in my mentor. What were those called?
Rifling marks.
Yes! Well, that is all I have to tell you concerning the case.
Concerning the case? You mean there's something else you can tell me?
You are a fascinating man, Mr. Wright.
Thanks.
Yes, there is something. My mentor, his eyes opened.
His arms wide at Tanagra. What? Magnifi Gramini pants?
The old devil. He was not asleep, you see.
Shoot a gun.
Of
Yeah, I was gonna
course.
say.
Yeah.
Of course. The gunshot could have woken him up.
My
Anyway.
mentor often woke up when gunshots were fired in his hospital room. It was a common... Oh, wow, the stare down.
Mm-hmm. And there we had our last discussion as mentor and pupil. It was not a long discussion. Maybe 5-10 minutes or so.
What did you talk about?
Mr. Wright, did I not just tell you? It does not concern this case.
Bullshit. Zach Gramuni. He seems pretty steadfast to me, or maybe just stubborn.
Mr. Wright, your presence. Oh, that's not me.
He's like throwing his voice. Mr. Wright.
He is a magician.
Mr. Wright, your presence is requested in the courtroom.
Once again, I'm in your hands.
All state.
Right. Let's get back in there. April 19th, 11:37 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 7.
Court is now back in session.
During our recess, a bullet was found in and dug out from the clown's head.
We
Don't
found
ask
it in
who
10
had to.
minutes. No need to, share it with the defense. Just,
The janitor used some pliers.
Yeah.
Well, this is news. And the rifling marks?
There wasn't time to do a detailed analysis. Though they did find the weapon type matches the murder weapon.
Well, that's not very conclusive, is it?
Which is why I'm about to call my very decisive witness.
The gun. Your decisive witness? How many times have I heard those words? Though they often turn out to be far less decisive than you think.
Oh, don't worry on my account. I'm quite confident this witness will do the job. After all, he is intimately acquainted with the players in our little production. Being the other half of Troop Grammar famous duo, Zach and Valen.
So it's Valent. Exactly, Drew.
It is.
Valent Marshmallow Pie. So we get to meet the great Magnify's other disciple. Always there are two, an apprentice and... Okay. So let's see. This is Valent. And later on, we had Valent was being played by you, right, Zach? Or was
No,
it was being
no,
played by
me.
it was being played by KP.
Yeah,
So
but Rem, I feel like if you, I mean,
Yeah. I mean
I'm
that's
happy to
fine
have
now that
Rem.
we've got Gumshoe down off the stand. So do you want to tell Rem how you did it, KP? And then
I think I just did it like over the top showmanship style. So
Yeah.
Hey,
just think of the
Perhaps-
most pompous magician.
Yes. Perhaps we'll start by asking your name and occupation.
Valent, grammatical magician.
And you're the decisive witness, are you? You can prove your fellow student, your partner's guilt.
Fate, the grand illusion, filled with traps and tricks.
wait, the shooting took place in that hospital after 11 o'clock at night. If you're a witness, does that mean you were there that late?
If one were to deduce this logically, the conclusion is yes.
Okay. I always get the characters, don't I?
I have an interesting fact for you. You see, several days before the crime, my witness received this.
That looks very familiar.
Wait. That's the same letter Zach from Emilian received.
Yes. Or perhaps I should say, ta-da!
No. Oh, you said
Ta-da.
ta-da.
Oh,
Again,
it's
So upsetting. It's a
Order! Shut up! Order! 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 And what does it say? Surely not the same thing.
Perhaps you should see for yourself.
To my beloved student
Ooh.
Valent. To you I entrust the task.
11:20.
11:20, yep. Counter of views.
Why? It's practically the same.
Mm-hmm.
The court accepts this into evidence.
Interesting.
Magnify's letter 2 added to the court record.
This is most unusual. Exactly what was going on with you folks? What exactly was your troop up to now?
By which do you mean?
I'm just having trouble envisioning a man who would ask his student to kill him. Both of them, no less.
It's just my opinion there, Judge. But from these letters, I'd say he was coercing them, not asking them.
We walked the magician's path together, and in so doing, shared much of our lives. When people are so close, there is strain, a warping of relations, you might say. Yet this has nothing to do with the case at hand.
By which you mean you're not going to tell us. Which makes me wonder even more about this reason they couldn't refuse.
Shut up. Well, let's get on with the testimony for starters. The defendant, Zach Gramery, stand accused. Tell us why.
Why are you accused?
Tell me why.
Oh, I'll do more than that.
Creepy.
For where he walks, the red roses rise singing hymns to the miracle that is magic.
Yay.
Fascinating, though I hardly need to remind you that the evidence could just as clearly point to you as the suspect. The letter, the murder weapon, and now the 2 bullets found at the scene.
In fact, the only difference seems to be the designated time.
As every magician knows, timing is everything.
Yes. Yes, and now it's time to get this party fired up.
Now is the part of Sprockets where we dance.
Mm-hmm.
Witness testimony, the night of the crime.
That night, I visited the hospital room at the time Magnifi requested. The smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor had taken his final bow. I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Yet, a deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss I gave to the clown.
I gave to the clown.
Then I informed the doctor and the police.
So you're the one who reported the crime.
Indeed, I would think this fact alone would clear my name of suspicion.
You'd be wrong, though, but you could think that. Let's not jump to any conclusions.
Yes, the cross-examination generally comes before the conclusions in this court. But if your testimony proves to be true, then the defendant, Zach Gramery, is guilty.
And if it wasn't Zach Graminian, then the killer was you, Valant. And no disappearing act will get you out of that. Ha ha! My inner monologue wins. Okay. Cross-examination, the night of the crime.
That night, I visited the hospital room at the time Magnifi requested.
Hold it! Which, according to the letter, was 11:20 p.m.?
Indeed. In magic, timing is everything.
Right.
Consider the illusion of teleportation. If I were to appear on stage before my stunt double has left, how would that look?
So you admit that you use a stunt double, and therefore...
Why, it would reveal the very secrets of my magic.
Now that you've revealed the very secrets of your magic for all of us, let's move on. You went at the designated time. And what did you see?
The smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor had taken his final bow.
Hold it! So, you weren't worried for your own safety at all? I mean, you smelled gunpowder, yes? What if the shooter was still nearby?
I did not consider this, to be honest.
I see. I pronounce you under arrest.
It is forbidden for a magician
What?
to have a good imagination.
Oh, sorry.
What?
That's completely
Famously.
opposite.
These are some words that are coming out of my mouth.
Did we drop bad from magician? Is forbidden for a bad magician to have a good imagination? Really? Isn't magic all about illusions and imagination? How about this? You were the shooter, which is why you weren't afraid.
Now you are the one imagining. It is forbidden for a lawyer to have a good imagination.
That's where you're wrong, Ace. I'm Phoenix Wright. I broke the book. Okay.
The witness will refrain from pausing so suspiciously before responding. My forbidden imagination is starting to imagine things. What? That came out.
I don't really know where that's at, but
I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instruction.
hold it. Aren't you supposed to not have a good imagination? Which brings us back to this reason neither of you could refuse.
So it does, and my partner, he did not refuse.
But Magnify wrote the same thing to you. Why could you refuse if Zach couldn't?
Because I have a will of steel, of course. I also do this trick where I bend steel bars, so perhaps steel isn't all so strong.
This guy.
Oh my goodness.
So which is it?
Mind if I continue? Yet a deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss I gave to the clown.
Hold it! Was it an actual kiss? Or there were 2 bullet holes at the scene, one in the victim and one in the clown. You're saying the one who shot the clown was a clown, by which I mean you?
No doubt my partner Zach has said much the same thing.
You got it. Yeah, because whoever didn't shoot the clown committed murder. I better dig around here a bit more and see what I turn up. Mr. Valent, let me ask about something else concerning the crime scene, namely, the number of pistols, maybe? Right?
Yeah.
Because how many pistols were there when you entered the room?
By which you mean what precisely?
Well, we count things in our society, and I want to know if you could come up with a number. How many pistols? 2 pistols were used in the Zach and Valent quick draw shoot 'em, correct? 1 for each of you.
You are well informed, yet only one of my old friends sat in the hospital room that night.
What did Zach tell me back in the lobby?
Flashback.
Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time and found there upon his bedside table 2 pistols. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it into my pocket. I see no problem with that statement. Only 1 pistol is visible in the photograph of the crime scene after all.
So you picked up that pistol and fired it?
Indeed I did. Alakazam, alakazing, alakaboom.
Alakaboom.
Is the number of pistols really so important? Quite.
Yep. The number of pistols is quite important, Your Honor.
Very well. Please add this detail to the testimony.
What can I do but obey? I will be scolded for pausing suspiciously again. Only 1 pistol was in the hospital room that night. With it, I shot the clown.
Hold it! So you took the only pistol there and fired it?
That's correct.
And that pistol was this one, which was left at the crime scene?
Good show. I see you too are a magician of sorts.
And you're an idiot of sorts. Do you have any idea what you just said?
I see the fire in your eyes as you glare at the witness. So how about heating up this trial a bit? These slow ballads bore me.
I've got a hunch, but maybe that's all it is. Maybe I should ask about something else. Maybe the location of the pistol, because you said it was on the table.
Yeah.
Where exactly was the pistol when you entered the room?
A small bedside table it was.
All right.
As if to say, here I am, take me into your hand, pull my trigger, shoot him.
Here I am. Only the time.
The victim clearly wanted to be shot.
I'm sorry. But why?
Perhaps he wanted to go out with a bang?
Ha ha!
Yet we will never
Sweet
hear
dad.
the truth. Yes, from his lips. Also, here is my son. So all we can do is guess.
Is the location of the pistol all that important?
Quite important. Without a murder weapon, there would be no murder. It's very important, Your Honor.
Looks like I got the same degree as K. Pig from the same school. Very well. Please add this detail to your testimony.
What can I do but obey?
Okay.
I took up the pistol from the small table and shot the clown.
Hold it! When you say small, how small? Why did you do that? I would think calling the police would come first.
Then you know nothing of the relationship between a master and his disciple. If your master says die, you die. Do you understand? Poor
Oh.
Trucy.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
man.
you're going to die?
Certainly not. But it was an example. In any case, I wanted to fulfill my obligation. A final courtesy to a great mentor, perhaps. Or perhaps not.
Perhaps I'm totally confused? Maybe I should ask about something else, like, for example, the bullet in the pistol. In order to shoot a pistol, you need a bullet. Where was the bullet?
I entered the room and took the pistol in my hand. The bullet was already loaded, ready to fire at any time. A magician is always prepared, you see?
Prepared for?
One never knows when a miracle will be called for. A magician always has several doves in his pocket and a white rabbit up each sleeve.
Clearly, we're dealing with professionals here.
Oh, yeah, clearly. I mean,
Is this bullet that was loaded in the pistol really so important?
quite important because we need to get rifling marks. Without a loaded bullet, we wouldn't have a murder. It's very important, Your Honor.
Very well. Perhaps please add this detail to your testimony.
What can I do but obey?
Okay, so I guess I can press him one more time, having now done that.
The pistol was already loaded. I merely had to pull the trigger.
Hold it! When you say loaded, if the pistol was already loaded, something doesn't make sense. Why weren't the victim's fingerprints on it?
You should know that we of Troop Grandpa Joe are capable of many things. One of these being the levitation of iron balls without touching them.
I'll bet that's a specialty.
There's no magic involved here. The shooter was just methodical, is all. He simply wiped everything of fingerprints.
Can't really do much with fingerprints that weren't there. Maybe I should ask about something else. Don't need. second thought, let's run with this testimony for a while longer, since I have all of it now.
Then I informed the doctor and the police.
Hold it! Why'd you wait so long? So you informed the police. What did you do then?
What do you suppose I did? Used my magic to levitate my mentor's corpse, perhaps?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Now please answer the question and skip the sarcasm.
After I made my report, I called the doctor and we returned to the room. While we waited for the police to arrive, we discussed stomach medicine.
We've confirmed this with the doctor. Pepto-Bismol. It all checks out. He praised Mr. Vallant's knowledge of stomach medicine, in fact.
Why did we stomach medicine?
Ah, it is an honor I do not deserve, but I accept.
Both of Magnafee's students received the same letter. Both admit to having gone to the hospital that night. 2 bullets were fired, and one of them killed Magnafee. Time to find the cracks in his testimony. Okay, so now we're back to the bit. This. So we've pressed it all now. I visited the hospital room. Hung in the room.
We want to use this save A first off save.
Oh, yeah, good call. Because we have about another 10 minutes or so, it would be nice to get to the end of his testimony if we can, so we don't find ourselves in August being like, wait, what happened in this part? Okay. Overwrite. Okay. Yes. Continue. Okay. At least the saves are fast. So, not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Pistol was already loaded, had to pull the trigger. Inform the doctor and the police. Okay, right. I did that. So, the hospital room at the time he requested. That's the letter number 2, right? 13th, 11:20 p.m. So I wonder if if Zach comes in, shoots the clown, has the discussion with the mentor, he leaves. Then the mentor writes on the diary the thing about the 10 minutes, and he does that at like 11:10 or something, and then sends it before What's-His-Face shows up and actually does the killing. Because the smell of gunpowder hung in the room. I guess it could have been quickly. Pistol was already loaded. This pistol? This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Generic Honor. That's not it. This is the hospital room at the time he requested. Because the thing is
that means that he came in at 11:20.
Right. And the autopsy says that he died between 11 and 11:30, so it could still be either one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know how long gunpowder hangs in the air. Smell of it? I mean...
So it's been 15 minutes since...
Yeah, if you assume he comes in at 11:05, he said he had a 5-minute conversation, leaves at 11:10.
He shot first. He shot
the clown.
And then had the
conversation, said it was no more than 5 or 10 minutes. So it means he gets out of there by 11:10, 11:15. Vallant shows up at 11:20, and then does what happens next.
Yeah. So it's been from when he shoots the gun to when Vallant comes in, 15 minutes.
Right.
In the air. This was already loaded.
And inform the doctor and the police. When he says he shot the clown, what, Topkin? Smell of gunpowder. The bullet in the mentor matches the pistol. Yeah, the problem is, though, we don't know which pistol was used by which magician. That's the problem.
I mean, we don't have enough evidence to prove that right now because, I mean, I already looked at the gun. Did we ever get presented the bullet? I don't think
We don't have the bullet.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think I pressed him on everything now, right? Like, I think mentor taking his final bow. Received the same instructions. Pistol was already loaded. I had to pull the trigger. Inform the doctor and the police. His autopsy report 11 to 11:30
Cause of blood
from the bullet wound. The pistol left was Valant. Yeah, but
yeah.
so is your right? Well, so right. If the pistol left was Valant, the other guy took his. Did I present? I presented the pistol to him when the thing. I did this already, right? The pistol was already loaded. I had to pull the trigger, and I presented him the pistol.
I think you did, yeah.
I think. Wait, no. Did we present it here, or did we present it previously with the other guy?
Well, we did, but we also, I think, presented this here.
Okay.
Yeah, we did this. Imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Pistol was already loaded. Had to pull the trigger.
What's the next one say?
Wait a minute.
Then I call.
Oh, well, okay, because I was going to say he didn't leave it on the bedside table, but maybe he just put it down after that. Sorry, what does the next one say?
Wait. If the mentor got shot already,
Right.
but the other guy took the pistol, where did he get the shot? Why is there a syringe on the desk? You get what I mean? Like, so there were supposed to be two pistols on the desk.
Well, on the bedside table, but yes.
Right, on the bedside table. If it was supposed to be the original guy that shot him, if it was Zach that shot him, right? That table would be empty. All it should have is the pistol, the second pistol, not the first.
Oh.
Yeah, if there was only one bullet.
But according to him, though, he says Valant says there was only one pistol on the night's table when he came in. Zach says there were two, right? But Valant says there was one.
That's what I'm saying, though. The fact, what I'm going to say is there any way to prove about Zach's pistol being originally there as well? Because if that was the case, then the question then is easy to show that, oh, look, we have, after the pistol was taken, he was able to use the syringe, or the syringe got put on the table.
Right.
If he was already shot and that was the one bullet, then the gun would have been empty.
Right.
But then, yeah, exactly.
Well, right, but they... Oh, I see. So in other words, okay, right. So Zach comes in, picks up the gun. Well, no, because the point is there was a loaded gun that was left. Oh, so you're saying if Valant's story was
he
true...
doesn't know that.
If Valant's story was true, then Zach shot him and then left with the gun, and there was a
Valant
pistol.
doesn't know there's a second gun.
He does?
But he does. I think he does. It's just that it still doesn't add, his story doesn't add up because, like we were trying to get at here. So one gun was used for the clown, one gun was used on him.
Right.
And only one can be used on one of them because each gun can only hold one bullet.
Right.
And isn't something that they can reload because they do not have the bullets themselves.
Right.
Right? So, in this scenario, if we go by Valant's story, right?
Yeah, then Zach came in first.
Zach came in first.
There were 2 loaded
Shot.
guns on the table.
Right. 2 loaded guns on the table.
Picks up one.
Used one. Picks up one. Shoots the mentor and leaves. Right. That's
according
his
to
story.
Valen's story. Right.
According to Valen's story.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is then if that is his story and if the mentor is already dead, who put the syringe on the table?
Yeah.
Was there-
Unless they
'cause they-
reconstructed the scene, but I know what you're saying.
Right, because in the original image that they showed, or the image with the 2 pistols that they showed, it was only 2 pistols on the table.
Well, and actually, now that I think of it, the syringe on the table. This makes me think of something else. Didn't they say that they put the IV? They attach the IV between 11 and 11:30, right? They attach the IV. He starts getting the IV. They leave. The IV is not attached here.
That's at 11 that they do that,
Right.
which
And
is
the guy
why
came
he
in at
told them to come at
11:05.
11:05.
Right. So, but the point is they attach it at 11 o'clock and it stays in there for a half hour while they go off and do something else. Then they come back at 11:30 and remove the IV again. So, unless the doctors removed it, why is the IV now off on the pillow? Right? The syringe, the IV should have been in his arm in that half hour period. You know? And yeah, the syringe is unused, Topkin, but we don't know how to tie that to... I think we're still on the gun part here, and I'm not sure what to do about that. Pistol was already loaded.
Can you click the next one over? The next thing, no, that he says.
Oh, inform the doctor and the police?
Oh, so he doesn't bring up the clown in this part?
No. Man.
Perhaps a mystery we'll have to leave for ourselves next time.
Yeah, that's probably the case. Although I'm going to press him one more time on this. Inform the police. Oh, yeah, right. The corpse, right. Yeah. Sarcasm. Stomach medicine. Same letter. Hospital.
So I think we didn't present the stage pistol to this guy, guys. I think that's one thing we need to present.
Okay.
Because I remember it was only presented to the detective and not to him.
Okay,
Taking
so
his final bow.
the pistol was already
Yeah.
loaded. So this is where...
I really think we didn't.
No,
This is the third time we've done it.
the third time we've done this.
Man. Okay. All right. Well. Okay. One last shot at it, if you will.
So I did look. Do you mind if I look it up?
Yeah. No, you can. Yeah. Try to get a hint
It
from
says like the 4th statement needs to be pressed once more. Then ask about the number of pistols.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. It was already loaded. Hold it. The pistol was already loaded. Something doesn't make sense. Why weren't the victim's fingerprints? I did ask about that. You should know because this is where he said we're familiar with the levitation of iron balls. Can't do fingerprints. Right, this was all the whole like number of pistols.
Yeah.
And then there were two pistols. One of my old friends. Then they had the flashback. Took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket. Only one pistol is visible. He picked up that pistol and fired it. Oh, except... Okay, and then... Alright.
Oh.
Wait a minute, that's new. But I swear we went through that whole thing.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
With it, I shot the
So
clown.
right there.
So I took the only pistol there and fired it. That's correct. Pistol was this one left at the crime scene. Okay, yeah, we talked about this with a magician.
Okay, but I guess
But where he talks about the clown, can we present him with the gun there?
Let's try that. Yeah.
Present the.
Okay, so there it is. Okay, so now we present the gun, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or the pistol, or the picture. Okay, let's. Objection. Ah. Okay. According to the defendant, Zach Marshmallow, when he entered the room, there were 2 pistols on that table.
Who?
One of those pistols he used to shoot the clown in the forehead. Then he left with it in his pocket.
Of course, this is what he would say. Unlike the hapless clown, we must assume our defendant has some brains in his head.
Well, what about what Mr. Valent has told us? You see, there's something about his testimony that doesn't make sense.
What might that be? I told you I took the pistol that was there and shot the clown.
That's your story, at least. But the rifling marks tell a very different story. Okay, we're waiting to get to this, Mr. Valent. Recall what Prosecutor Gavin told us.
We compared the bullets taken from the victim's skull with a bullet fired from this gun. The rifling marks on the bullets were a perfect match.
Mr. Valent, if you fired this pistol, then you shot the victim in the forehead.
Oh my gosh, can you believe that?
Shut up. Order. Well, this is all rather sudden.
Oh, well, what have I done?
Prosecutor Gavin.
I owe the court an apology. Sorry.
Sorry for what?
You see, I was unaware that 2 of these unique pistols were crafted. The analysis of the rifling marks only proved the type of gun that fired them.
Objection! But that's not what you told us before. You said you'd verified the murder weapon.
Which is why I'm apologizing to you now. Quite sincerely, I might add. Would you hold me accountable for a mistake made in my youth?
Oh my God. That was just this morning.
I'm still young. And I might add, it wasn't really my fault. If the defendant had only admitted he took 1 pistol from the scene of the crime, we would not be having this pleasant discussion now.
Valent Grumbrier, remember that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You were presented to this court as a decisive witness. But you've proven to be more divisive than decisive.
Oh, man. Divisive.
Oh my gosh, that's some wordplay right there.
Right. You'll see in time.
Hmm?
The testimony so far has merely been a review of the facts. The proof comes next.
Care to elaborate, Prosecutor Gavin?
When Mr. Valent entered the hospital room, the victim had already been shot. As his next testimony will prove, right. The real fight is about to begin.
Ooh.
Bring it.
Very well. The witness will now testify to the court. Help us determine who shot what.
Which will happen not now.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I guess I have to get to the part where I can actually save it. All right. Who shot what? Sorry. There's no save
I
point.
arrived in the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m.
Outstanding. And that's where we'll save it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dot.
All right, that was a little confusing at times, but
Yeah.
we got through it. We got through it. The basic issue is figuring out what to present where, or rather, when to present something. And I must have missed one time when we didn't press something. That was I swear that was a little weird though, because that last one, I swear that I did press him specifically with that series of answers, and I don't know. The second time, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but. Anyway, we got through it, and we also had this. Now we're back in the past and all this stuff. So we have done a little bit of time travel. Chad is basically how it works, and we had a chance to do that here. So I will say thank you again to the amazing Arvocalists. First of all, thank you to my daughter who's now asleep. or better be when I get downstairs. We'll see. And then, KP, what did you think of the heavily accurate legal system that was represented here? How'd you feel about today? Where will the folks find you next for things?
I mean, clearly, this is how the justice system actually works. So I have no qualms, none at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I mean that actually in a very, very sincere way, because our court system is all sorts of this sort of poppycock. So I think it's fairly accurate. In terms of anything about me next, honestly, just taking it one day at a time with a bunch of new things happening in my life, just personal stuff. So I'm as they mentioned early on all the socials now, pretty much I exist everywhere and nowhere at once. So if you want to, please come find me as KP11 Studios on whichever platform is best for you. I'm probably there. So just look up KP11 Studios. But yeah.
Lovely stuff. Thanks, KP. Always a pleasure. I look forward to having you back here next month. They are Game Boy Advance games, Topkin, although this one is actually done through, this is the Android version, which I'm playing through BlueStacks on the PC. But it's the same, the graphics are somewhat enhanced and stuff like that. So previous versions I did do were Game Boy Advance versions, though. Moving right up the line, Rem, it was a pleasure to have you back. We had the chance to have you as Trucy, even younger Trucy. We got to have you as extraordinarily flat affect Vera, and then we even managed to get you as a magician and a detective from Brooklyn. So we did have a little bit of range for you today, I would say, in the response. So how did it feel on the work on the range, so to speak, and how'd you feel about the following the story one way or the other, and where can folks find you next?
Choices were made. And so no, the characters were really fun. It was fun to kind of get a whole bunch in there, and especially doing the Vera versus Trucy stuff and having to be like super up and then drop it to nothing. So that was a lot of fun.
Your narrative, by the way, of painting, I'm drawing you a stamp, was cracking me up every time. That was really funny.
I can't answer a question without drawing it first. It's Pictionary.
Yeah.
So yeah, where you can find me, I am on Wednesday going to be on Gen Con TV here on Twitch again. So it's twitch.tv/Gen Con TV. I run Rules of Cool, which is an interview show. We'll be having Jason Acevedo on this week for a very special announcement. He's from Realm Smith, which is super cool. We've got Shadowrun Takedown. We've got all kinds of stuff happening. So you can find me on really just the Catalyst socials. I had to make all my pages private. So you can't find me as easily as you once could. But you can find the company at Rem Alternus Productions, and all the posts on Catalyst pages are me too. So that's where you can find me.
Good stuff. Thank you, Rem. Always a pleasure, and we will look forward to speaking to you next month. Actually, and possibly seeing you as well next month at Gen Con as well. So, but always a pleasure. Moving on up the line, Zach, also great stuff today. We got a chance to have you do some other stuff. We got Clavier. We got your version of the German accent, so we got that going on. And then we had other things that jumped in, including, let's see, you were not Enigmar, you were something else besides.
I was the bailiff for like 1 second.
For the bailiff for one section, but you were doing a lot of Clavier because Clavier was back and forth, so you got a chance to do a little bit of Rockstar lawyer work, but also in the past Rockstar lawyer work. So how'd you feel about doing this this German Rockstar, which clearly I think speaks to you and resonates in very powerful ways?
Of course.
How'd you feel about that, and where will the folks find you next?
I was very surprised, and I think it's cool that we're doing this sort of like flashback and actually doing classic Phoenix Wright. That's pretty cool, and how it all connects now back to the start of him being disbarred and all that. So it's cool to see that getting played out and resolved, and kind of how they're actually wrapping everything up. So I'm very excited to see where that goes, and the fine people will find me here on this channel again next month for this, and then also for Expedition from the Mysterious Peaks, our
D&D/Espergenesis crossover campaign later this month. And then on my own channel, where on Thursdays, I've made a habit of playing Divinity Original Sin with my friend Maddie. So that's on my own channel on Thursdays every week.
Good stuff. Thank you very much. Yes, and you're going to get a chance to see all of that with the expedition work, and also we'll get a chance to hear from Zach and myself and our mutual band member and friend Mike when we play with The Road next month at Porch Fest, and when we have our album release. So Zach's a part of that too. But either way, and I agree with you, Top, there was definitely some GPA limitations there that got played into that one way or the other. But it's also just sort of a kind of the way the system works in terms of you have to get this particular peg in this particular hole. So either way, it was fun. It's always fun to have this crew, the most talented voice group on Twitch, and it's an honor to be able to host them here every month. So thank you to my wonderful full crew tonight. Chat, can we get some love for Zach Clay, for Rem Alternus, and for KP, and a little bit of love for my daughter too. Thank you everybody for some great stuff, and our vocalists, well done. I will see you folks for this next month. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, all.
All right. And that is going to do it for us for today, for what was a very busy session. We had a lot of stuff going on in the day today. We had some Star Wars Jedi going on. We had some work going on GOG Com's Twitch channel with some Talisman. That was a lot of fun. A little unexpected because I thought we were going to be doing some D&D with GOG stuff, but we ended up doing that instead. So we had that, and then we also had some Arvocalists with Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. So it was a good time, and I hope you folks enjoyed it as much as I did. And if so, I hope you will consider following the channel, checking out our YouTube with !ArvTube, Discord with !ArvCord, Twitter with !ArvTweets, website arvanelleron.com. Also !Arv Sky. If you're over on Blue Sky and you want to join me over there, would love to see you over there as a part of that. On the financial side of things, !Arv Shop, which has been refreshed and is still in the process. Yeah, I got it, Topkin. Yeah, and it's true that in the end it kind of made sense to be able to present it in that way. Patreon right there, !Arvtreon. We have 18 members. We have 149 earnings, so we're trying to get that up as well. Can we raid your nephew? I suppose, we don't have a lot of people on here. It's late and we had a long series of streams, so I don't know. We're not gonna have a lot of people to throw over there, but I suppose we could do that, Drew, if you want. Sure. Just maybe DM me the link in Discord. That would be fine. So we've got that. Let's see. We've got that, and then let's see. I said the Patreon, that, and then subbing. And thank you for those. We had a couple of people who subbed tonight, so thank you so much for that. All of that really does help the channel. Allows me to also pay the Arvocalists, which I'm going to be doing here in just a bit. I'm going to head over to PayPal to pay them the money that they get every month. That's again a function of what you're able to do as a part of the Patreon support and the sub support. So thank you for that support. Also, please consider supporting on the publishing side. Icarus, my graphic novel from Athos Arts. Library, Tales and Tomes, The Forbidden Library. That's my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. And Greyshade. Again, the sequel to Greyshade, Renegade, is coming out in a couple of weeks. Release party, big in-person release party at Black Rock Books will be on Saturday, July 29th. I'll be doing a release stream I'll be doing a release, like a stream event of that Saturday. So that'll be happening Saturday the 29th. And then you've also got Greyshade, the tabletop role-playing game. You can pre-order that. You can pre-order the third book in the series, Heretic, as well, which I'm working on right now. And you can also pick up a copy of the original book, Greyshade, and of the audiobook of Greyshade done by one Mr. Trent Sparks. So you can do that as well. Lastly, BLM, Black Lives Matter. Very important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war. And we send the message that we will do so not only for them, but for others in the future. Let me take a look at this here. Okay, I'm going to see if I can find this person that was just sent to me. Let's see. Here's this. Aha. Okay. Aha. Okay. Oops. Okay. All right. So the way we do raids here is quite simple. If you are not a sub, you are going to do this when we are brought over automagically. The Arvonauts have landed. If you are a sub, then all you have to do is this when you are brought over automagically, and you will get those emotes there. Twitch Raid, Arvony Hype, Arvony Roar, Arvony Witch, Arvony Woe, Arvony Smug, Arvony Love, Arvony Blown, soon to be joined by a lot of other Arvonies as soon as Tari's PC is fixed and I can get those emotes from her and then get those uploaded. So you can do all of that good stuff when you were brought over automagically to this raid that we are about to do. I want to thank my amazing mods, Drew the Damager, Triffity Mats. Earlier on, we had Hillness and others here. So please, thank you to the mods for being the best in the business. Thank you as well to my wonderful Patreon supporters and subscribers, Drew, Triffid, Topkin, Mrs. Dunsel. Thank you so much as well to my viewers, to 01 Aaliyah, 47 Vrez, M. Villette, Dragon Spear, Master of Rem, Marinda, Reviz, Speed Off, Tackling, and Zero Vero. And special thanks today to my wonderful Arvocalist team of Zach Clay, of KP, and of Rem Alternus. And a shout out to my daughter as well. Thank you all so much to all of them for being amazing. And thank you all for being amazing. I'll be back at you folks Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern for Valorword Court of Blades. I'll be coming to you straight from ReaderCon in Boston and Quincy, Massachusetts. And then on Saturday, we will have D&D with viewers Into the Unknown. We'll be wrapping up our sessions of the Into the Unknown session will be happening Saturday night live from ReaderCon. So that's what we've got going on there. That's going to do it for me. Please stick around for the raid, and I will see you folks back here on Friday. Until then, please be good to each other, and I'll see you folks soon. Bye for now. Honk.